live real quick. The setup is a little bit different. I decided to go live on my phone or whatnot. We gonna see. I'm gonna chill for the first 10 minutes. See if we get like some conversations going. Now I do have a couple things to talk about. There was a couple things I was gonna mention in today's live. I'm just gonna wait for a couple people to tune in real quick. But as people are slowly entering the chat, first of all, I gotta say a special shout out to anybody that's holding on to your energy, going within and being high vibrational. Sticking to the script, understanding how powerful your energy is, bro. Some of y'all gonna make some of these females go crazy when you start retaining your energy. So you gotta be careful. You gotta be wary that you might put some of these women on like what I like to call it like a roller coaster ride when it comes to like emotions. Every time when you might be dealing with a female who might be a little uh cantankerous cantankerous with their energy, you gotta understand like they're gonna go from hot to cold within the same day, bro. They ain't gonna waste no time. Hot to cold, back to hot. They're gonna try to like, tell you reasons why y'all probably won't work out or whatever the case may be. But to be real, don't even sweat that. If you maintain being calm, you don't gotta worry about nothing. Just watch the storm happen. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women don't tend to do this on purpose, bro. It's just like if you are really exercising your own unique energy, then there's going to be so much that happens within um, this exchange, this energy exchange. When you retain your seed, you become more powerful. You become more magnetism. I mean, more magnetized. A lot of people are going to notice your aura, your energy, how you speak, and things of that nature. All right, shout out to Spiritual Nazi says, One Love from Albany, New York. My guy, I've been watching you since I was 18. I'm 22 now and just growing older and wiser on this retention journey, bro. Yeah, bro. Shout out to you, bro. It's been a minute, bro. It's been a minute since I've been on this shit, bro. Like, as far as like just talk about retaining your energy and like how you can just manifest greatness. You can manifest a lot. So, in today's live, I got like some things that I want to draw like my attention to. Hold on. Grab my shit real quick. Set my shit up real quick. Yo, King Harold, what's good with you, bro? I'm cooling. Just wanted to go live real quick. I was cooling on YouTube and I noticed that people who was going live, it was so many people going live for so many different reasons. And then you had a lot of females who was like on that like that TikTok type of vibe. TikTok females that be looking bad as hell. They was going live and shit. I was like, you know what, bro? I did say I was gonna go live like around 6 or 7, but then I got busy. I got caught up with some shit. But we here. We here. Okay, based on the current planetary planetary atmosphere, what is happening with the moon and how does it affect how does I'm typing with one hand, so you gotta excuse me. How does it how does it affect a guy who is on semen retention? So what I what I plan to do when I go live more often, especially when I get it's a couple things I want to talk to you guys about. It's a lot actually, like money management, female attraction, understanding that like you're gonna be dealing with hot and cold energy when you are dealing with the woman who's dealing with your life force energy. You're gonna make some of these girls go crazy, quite literally. They're gonna you're gonna have some women, and as you're coming in, make sure you hit the like button. It takes nothing to super violate that like button. Shout out to Hassan Campbell for coming up with that terminology, super violate the like shout out to all the people from New York or northeastern, or somebody said they was from Albany. So again, shout out from everybody. Make sure you hit the like button as you're coming in. There's gonna be a informative. Like I said, the first 10 minutes. I'm gonna wait for some more people to get into the chat, and then we're gonna go over what is happening right now. So I put every week when I go live, or every time when I go live, especially on the weekend, I kind of want to get like a hold on, let me give me a 7 day forecast for next week and how to manage. Sometimes you gotta ask the right questions. Manage your energy during this new moon cycle. So instead of me reading this, I'm gonna have Siri read it so it can be a lot more, clear as day. Because I could read this too, but I'm lazy right now. All right, so first I asked, based on the current planetary atmosphere, what is happening with the moon and how does it affect a guy who's on semen retention? So I'll read this first part because, like I said, we got like about maybe 4 more minutes. I'll probably wait until like another like 10 more minutes to get a few more people into the chat. And if it's just gonna be 3 to 4 or 5 people, make sure you hit that like button, bro. Or if it's gonna be 50,000 people or 10,000 people, if you're watching this on replay, make sure you hit the like button. It helps out with the algorithm. Okay. So right now, the moon's influence is more about energy cycles than zodiac stereotypes. When you combine that with semen retention, the effects can feel stronger because your nervous system is holding more charge. Okay. So keep in mind, again, a lot of times when your nervous system is definitely holding more charge, you got more reach. You have more capability of really doing a lot without physically doing a lot, if that makes sense. Okay. Here's the breakdown in a way that actually makes sense. Not fluffy astrology, but how the lunar cycle interacts with your body, energy, and mind. What's happening with the moon energetically right now? As of late, November 2025, the moon is currently waning gibbous phase. This is the period after the full moon when the light starts decreasing. Energetic themes of this lunar phase: release, detachment, processing emotions, removing old habits, letting go of cravings. Now the first part, I'm not gonna hold you. First part, when we talk about release, that's why I say you need to understand when to start over your streak, when to release, when to like let go of old energy. This is actually, I'm telling you, I'm not telling you what to do with your personal life, but at some point in time, if you understand the moon cycle, and if I'm telling you the 7 day forecast, now's the time for you and your old lady to really, you feel me, do something or whatever, do something with that energy, but you have to let it go. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it in a way where it's a cantankerous or like you create a snowball effect of constantly relapsing. But understand you can release it, and if you basically if you release with the right intent, you'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? This is a new moon cycle, so you have to be keep that in mind. King said, been on SR a while and just started having crazy vivid dreams. I'm gonna get into those crazy vivid dreams probably later on in the live because I want to break down how the moon affects our dreams at the same time. Okay, so again, what's happening with the moon energetically right now? As of late November 2025, the moon is currently in a waning gibbous phase. This is the period after the full moon when the light starts decreasing. Energetic themes of this lunar phase is release, detachment. Now, I am, and shout out to Johnny, salute to you too, brother. I am currently in the mode of detaching now. This year, it started out with me having a certain amount of friends, and you probably had a certain amount of friends or loved ones that was in your life. I'm here to tell you, some of them, they're not meant for you. They're not meant to be in your life for all your life. Like everything kind of has an expiration date. So with that being said, if you have to detach from friends and family, now's the time to do it, bro. That's time. Like, don't you won't regret it once you actually let somebody go. Like, I actually let go an energetic entanglement. I made videos about this. I finally let the. I mean, I completely cut her off, and I feel so happy about that. And let me see. Simple, simplicity. Everyone should know. I don't even understand. Let me see. I don't know what I just did just here. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Let me go ahead. I need to come up with like a different what you call it. But yeah, so basically detachment is very important. If you want new blessings, you gotta let some shit go. You feel me? King said, I had to detach from a few people, including family. It's been tough, but so freeing. It's gonna be tough, bro. That shit is gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Like you'd be surprised. Like, damn, I gotta detach from friends, family, people who've been in my life for over 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Listen, if even if you're like 18 or 17 or 16 and you stay with your parents and stuff, like at some point in time, you have to live your own life. It even talks about in the Bible, like the kid one day has to live his own life. Like he has to leave. You feel me? He has to become his own man. If you are a young man, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, it's okay to like have respect for your parents, but at the same time, you gotta have a have like a plan for your life. You know what I'm saying? 100%. It's only I remember like bro, I could have been a truck driver at the age of like 18, 19, and or even before that, I could have been a truck driver. But my old girl was like, "Nope, you're not gonna drive trucks, and you're not going to the military." And that shit crazy because it's like, had I say, you know what, be a little bit rebellious, who knows, you know? But yeah, just think about the detachment, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. It will free you, like for sure, 2,000%. So you got detachment, processing emotions. Uh, that's super important. You have to process your own emotions while you're dealing with a female, especially when you're dealing with a female. They're gonna go through 1,000 emotions per day. They're gonna love you for like the first part of the day, and then they're going to backtrack. They're gonna try to come up with reasons as to why, like what you're saying may not make sense. Like believe it or not, or what y'all did 2 nights ago or three weeks ago means absolutely nothing now. You have to maintain a level of calmness because it will get rocky. If a girl really genuinely cares about you, she's gonna go through a roller coaster of her emotions, especially if you are focusing on yourself, going within and being high vibrational, and you're not giving her all the attention like every second of the day. Once you give her time to think and she's thinking to herself, she's gonna wonder like, damn, are you talking to somebody else? Damn, is she good enough? Damn, is this relationship really a thing? So just be aware of the emotions. It's gonna go up and down. So process your own emotions and try not to like burst your brain over trying to understand a female's mind because we can understand a woman, but we never fully will understand them as far as emotional energy goes. You know what I'm saying? So another thing is during this moon cycle is removing old habits. So anything that you deem to be is like, okay, cool. I have control over this habit and I need to just completely I have the power to remove it, just remove it. Don't even think twice. Don't even think twice. Like that serious. The more you overthink something, it's the more you're probably gonna have to deal with this. So save yourself the trouble. Stop being like a stubborn Virgo, okay, and stop overthinking. Yes, everybody wants to be a perfectionist, but like, bro, come on. The only way you can really become like anywhere close to being perfect is first making up in your mind that you're just going to let certain habits go, and it's gonna free yourself. You feel me? You're gonna free yourself. You're gonna get to a level of understanding, a level of a new level of wisdom, and you're gonna have a new level of happiness as well. Okay. Also, letting go of letting go of cravings. Dude, I had to learn to stop overthinking. I'm t- Listen, bro. Anytime like when I do consultations, I want to say 70% of the time, people who ask me questions, they already know the answers to the questions. They just need like they need some type of like outside validation, or sometimes they just need my opinion, like for real, for real. You know, they just want to talk to me one on one, and they want to hear me say it personally, say like, "Yo, bro, you can do this." But to be totally honest, sometimes we tend to second guess ourselves, and it's like, bro, like if I said I was gonna go live today, don't overthink it. Just go live. Like you feel me? Just have your message for today. Like I was literally just chilling not too long ago, and I'm watching just different people. You got people on live that's not talking about shit. They literally on this motherfucker just like trying to entertain people, or you know, it's probably like some beautiful females that's on here that's just you know what I'm saying, just talking shit, not really coming with like something that you could take with you and you can learn or you can apply to your life today. So me personally, I don't have all the glitz and the glamour. I don't have. This is before the BBs. This is before the bust downs. Okay, but like this knowledge or everything that I'm talking about, it's timeless. This is something that's going to mean something 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Somebody might be watching this in the future, and not and just now probably realize like, damn, bro, like this is some new content. I ain't know nothing about retaining your energy. But apparently, when you just take a break, it's kind of like being celibate, taking a break from going outside and having sex with every female that you meet or every female that's throwing you pussy. You like just take a break, just chill for a second, understand how energy really starts to flow, understand how the mind works, understand how like conversational hypnosis works, understand like how a female can easily hijack a man's mind and get a man to damn near do anything because she knows how to finesse her sexual energy. You have to understand that. Just because you rich, that don't mean nothing. I was just talking to my partner, my homeboy, like he was talking about like how he was a security guard at the Trump Hotel, and it was this one chick who she was scamming niggas like for like she was on a run too. She he seen one of the guests because the Trump Hotel is like a bunch of rich people who are residents. So essentially, at the Trump Hotel, it's millionaires that work. I mean, that live there. So he knew this one millionaire. He came in with this bad, like she was fine as hell, fine shit. You know, smile, say hello, or not. You feel me? Now my homeboy was like, "Damn, bro, it looked like she about to tax him whole time." She robbed this man. Like you feel me? I think she was chilling with him for about a few hours. Ended up drugging him. Okay, slipped something into his drink. The nigga passed out. She left and not knowing, she had a little conversation with my dog. The Uber came and she went home. Maybe about 30 minutes later, homeboy, the millionaire, he came out the house. He was like, "Yo, have you seen this chick? Like, she was just out here overnight. She got me from my watch, $70,000 watch. Stole his wallet and everything." And maybe about a couple weeks later, they finally caught up to the chick, and she was scamming somebody else, and she had on the nigga's watch. So again, bro, like whole time, just because you got some fine shit, just because you got the money and shit, that make you an easier target. Women are smart; they becoming smarter with their sexual energy. You feel me? So like, shit, if you got money, that's a huge target on your back. You really gotta, really like, you know what I'm saying? Like, be on your p's and q's. You can't trust everybody. One second you turn your head and like she slips up in your drink and that's it, nigga. You feel me? So you gotta be careful, bro. All right, so going back to the whole how the moon affects the retention journey, right? And we about like almost 20 minutes in, so shout out to everybody that's in the building. We're gonna keep this thing going. If you just now joining the chat, make sure you leave a like, super violate that like button. It costs you nothing. It's absolutely free. I appreciate that. All right, so okay, this is why people often feel a little emotionally raw, reflective, like they're shedding something, less impulsive, more observant. And this happens like when you usually have when the new moon cycle is happening. So, how this affects a man on semen retention? When you're on semen retention, your body builds more dopamine stability, more testosterone circulation, more internal pressure, kundalini like charge, heightened sensitivity to energy shifts. So the waning moon hits you differently than a regular guy. So essentially, I'm telling you, this is why you have to like kind of understand like what's happening in the atmosphere. A lot of times, guys be having different types of urges and not understanding why or where these urges are coming from. A lot of it has to do with the atmosphere. Okay. Also, a lot of it has to do with the female who's probably pulling on your magnetism or pulling on your energy, probably thinking about you, wanted you to get with them type shit. Let me see. Moody tips on how to deal with with failing. Uh, when you say failing, failing how? There's a lot of ways you can fail. Like, what do you like? Failing in what? Okay, so real effects you may be feeling right now, and this is if you're feeling this right now, it's due to the new moon cycle. You might feel urges dropping, then randomly spiking. That's 100% true. I'm talking about I will feel great 1 second, and then let my homegirl text me, or like one of the chicks that I'm talking to text me, bro. It's like all the energy goes straight to my shit, bro. I'll be like, damn, dog, like this chick trying to place a spell over your boy. You know what I'm saying? You said tips. You said tips on how to deal with failing with SR. I probably might talk about that within the live, so just stay tuned. But to give you a quick answer, just be resilient. You have to have that resilient mindset. Failure ain't nothing but a new lesson. Now, if you fail and don't, uh, if you don't acknowledge the failure, then that's the real failure when you don't acknowledge that you fucked up. So the first thing is acknowledging it, and the second thing is challenging yourself to get through like at least 3 days, 3 or 4 days. It's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. It's really the thing in the mind. And think about it like this: every time you relapse, or if you don't naturally release, you're setting yourself back 100 days from your blessing. You see what I'm saying? The longer I be retaining my energy, or if I have to naturally release after 30 days, like my blessing still is coming on time. But the very second I try to cheat it and have instant gratification, then I'm a struggle. I'm a struggle an extra 30 days. So you have to look at it like that. I never lose. I either win or learn. Nelson Mandela. That's a fact. All right. So real effects you may be feeling right now. You might feel urges dropping, then randomly spiking because the moon phase is it's about release. Your body tries to purge tension. So this probably may happen if you are having lucid dreams and you have wet dreams or whatnot. Don't be alarmed and shit like that. It's just your body probably purging right now. This can show up as random urges, sudden tiredness, sudden clarity, feeling done with certain habits or people. It's the body reorganizing energy. All right, number two, stronger spiritual awareness. Retention plus waning moon equals mind goes into analysis mode, seeing deeper meanings and patterns. You may notice you're reading people easier. You can tell who's draining your energy. You get intuitive insights. You know how, you know what to cut off. This is normal. So I'm definitely reading people easier. Like again, if you got a girl, if you're talking to somebody every single day, you're gonna notice the patterns quite easily. You may notice the patterns about somebody that are acting out the patterns and they don't consciously know what they're doing, but because you notice what's happening, they might be like, "What the fuck?" Like, damn, that is true. I didn't even notice that I'd be doing that. So keep in mind, like, it's gonna be easy, and sometimes for women, it depends on who you're talking to, especially if you're talking to older women. It may they may not admit it like at first when you kind of like kind of like call out the elephant in the room and shit, but like a few days, maybe give it a couple of days, or even give it until the end of the day. Maintain like calm and cool and collected. They will come around because it's their pattern. You become very aware of your pattern, so it'll be easier to read other people. That's just the natural effect of retaining your energy. You can also tell who's draining your energy. That's why it's easy to purge, detach, and let go. So you ain't got to waste your time in that department. You get intuitive insights, and you know how to cut off. This is normal. All right, number three, detox symptoms. This may happen once again going through this new moon cycle. You may feel irritability. That was me earlier. I was cursing out the Matrix. I got into the car and I had to go grocery shopping and shit like that. And as I got back into general population, people was riding around and shit. And it was a weekend, but I don't know. It didn't seem like people was like 100% happy with their life. Everybody was just like kind of like either okay, it's the weekend, or like they just got off from work, so they have to buy food for the house. It just seemed as though everybody kind of was like not in a good mood today. It was kind of weird. That was the temperature that I picked up on. But like irritability, head pressure, fast heartbeat when thinking sexually, random waves of heat, solar plexus, kundalini stirring. Now I recently haven't experienced random waves of heat or fast heart beating when thinking sexually, unless I'm probably like talking to a female, or we're intimate but not having sex. You know what I'm saying? Uh, which by the way, again, your energy is so powerful that you may not have to even touch a lot of these females to really touch their body. We are all electromagnetic beings, so when you can connect magnetically, her body is going to react, and she's gonna tell you. She's gonna be like, "Oh my god, damn, I gotta change my pants because I've been talking to you for 2 hours on the phone or some shit." Like it'll get like that. Trust and believe. Um, but the thing again is too, when you're talking to a female and you're on retention, you're not purposely doing this. Like you're just purposely being yourself. You purposely be yourself. Don't even try to get her wet or anything like that. Just like legitimately just vibe and just let the conversation flow. If it's a phone conversation, or if you're chilling in person, that sexual tension is definitely going to be in the air. You may not have to touch her at all. She's going to get drawn to you. She's going to find herself bumping into you and be like, "Oh, excuse me." She might try to bump into you or try to touch you by mistake, or try to play it off like it's a mistake, or she may actually respect your space and respect your aura. And it's almost like she values being in your space and being in your presence, all because you balanced out your energy. You're not seeking outside validation, or you're not seeking instant gratification through sex. You know how many guys chill with this female and they always rush to trying to have sex with the chick? So the fact that you're not even mentioning it, the fact that you just vibing and you chilling, you know what I'm saying? That makes you stand out, like quite literally. All right, so going back to the detox symptoms, you may feel irritability, head pressure, fast heartbeat when thinking sexually, random waves of heat, solar plexus, kundalini stirring. The moon pulls on water, and your body is 70% of water. So emotions stored in your body start surfacing. Retention amplifies this. So number four, increased masculine polarity. A waning moon helps men shift from desire to discipline, impulse to intention. You may feel more calm, more stoic, less needy, more focused on your mission, less attention, less attached to certain women or situations. This actually, this is this is actually the best moon phase for semen retention because it makes discipline a lot more easier. So you wonder why like they always say no nut November, you know what I'm saying? Not that's the month to really like hold on to your seed and really lock in. Whether you got a girlfriend or not. The reason why is because this is the best time to exercise discipline. You know what I'm saying? Uh it's a lot more cooler outside. You feel me? So it's not so you don't have to worry about the heat. Cause I ain't gonna hold you. The heat make niggas a lot more aggressive. 100%. You know what I'm saying? But like as far as like this time, and as far as like different moon phases, if you want to really discipline yourself, now's the time to do it. Now's the time to lock in. Shout out to Real Soul. Real Soul 1987 was good. I'm cooling. Just going over this the forecast. I'm about to talk about the 7 day forecast in a little bit, as like what to expect in an energetic field while practicing semen retention. I ain't never seen another content creator talk about this. I learned it first, and they're probably gonna steal my information, and they're probably gonna run with it. But y'all heard it here first. MGT started it. Unless somebody else started it, then shout out to y'all. But let's continue. All right, number five, sexual energy turns inward. During this part of the lunar cycle, sexual energy naturally sinks from the lower chakras upward. So you may feel better focus, better creativity, more confidence, stronger eye contact, a glow or magnetic pull around people. Women easily may look at you more because your energy is contained, not leaking. The more you contain your energy and less it leaks, is the more powerful you become. People are going to easily notice you in the third dimension, and then within the spiritual realm, you're definitely going to be glowing for sure. Uh, in simple street terms, right now the moon got you in a I'm cutting off anything that doesn't serve me mode. Plus, I'm leveling up quietly type vibe. Your sexual energy is being redirected into discipline, mental clarity, emotional detox, self control, and it's not horny phase, it's a transformation phase. All right, so keep that in mind. All right. Uh, so I'm about to go over the 7 day forecast for next week and how to manage our energy during this new moon cycle as we continue practicing retention. And if you guys have any questions, just let me know in the comment section. If you guys are rocking with the content, make sure you like and just drop a 100 emoji. You feel me? Just to let me know that, you know what I'm saying, everything does make sense. And then let me know too, like during the week, like how the energy is as far as like the energetic field. Because when you practice retention, you start to come up with your own personal forecast. Okay. When you practice retention and you're around people, the energy field, you start to feel out the energy field. You may not have to even say much, but you can tell like 100% that like, all right, somebody's energy might be high or somebody's energy might be low. Or if you're chilling with the female, you can instantly know if she's closed off, or you can instantly know if she wants you. It's gonna be scary because this is power. This is power. This it's kind of like lifting the veil, and you being able to see reality for what it is on a magnetic scale. Okay, this is what happens when we practice retention. All right, so this is the 7 week forecast. I mean, 7 day forecast. New moon week, 7 day energy forecast. Okay, theme is going to be rebirth, reset, internal power, quiet magnetic energy. During the new moon, your energy turns inward. Testosterone stabilizes, urges drop or shift. Intuition spikes, and the whole system tries to restart. So, if you feel like you're in a restart phase, that's probably why. Okay, and it's okay. I question myself all the time. It's like, dog, it seems like I'm always restarting. I always gotta start fresh, bro. Like whether it's with people, jobs, opportunities. But again, it's if you have the opportunity to restart, then that's kind of like a good thing. Just make sure this time around that you're really you have a real stable foundation. You know what I'm saying? With your ideologies, with your everyday routines, with who you talk to. Even be strict with your time. You know, if you're gonna talk to somebody on the phone, don't let it be beyond 30 minutes to an hour, depending if you're talking about money or just, um, advancing in life. Or even if it's just like chill talk, like even if you have like casual chill talk, make sure you talk about something with sense. That's basically what I'm saying. All right. So day one for next week, the new moon is gonna be low light, high internal pull. So energy. This is I'm assuming day one. This is gonna be Monday. Calm but heavy, a sense of starting over, low urges but high introspection. How to manage. Don't chase women. Let them chase your quiet energy. Journal or think through what you're letting go. Keep your energy low key. Drink water. You'll feel dehydrated. All right. So that's how it's gonna be on Monday. So for Tuesday or day two, seed planting. Intentions fuel power. Energy, your mind becomes clearer. Sexual energy drops into a deep reverse. Creative ideas start forming. How to manage. Set intentions for the week: money, fitness, discipline. Light workouts to circulate energy. Avoid porn and scrolling. This This day determines your momentum. So I'm assuming this they're talking about Tuesday. Um, don't fuck up on Tuesday. Okay, if you really want to manifest, get through Tuesday. So if you're gonna start a new streak, start fresh on Monday. You know what I'm saying? It's the weekend, people fucking up, then ate pizza, drank out, all type of shit. It is what it is. But you want to get back on track, especially with this new moon. All right. So day 3, subtle rebirth, masculine polarity rising. Energy, confidence returns. Women feel your presence even if you say nothing. Uh, lower chakra, lower chakras are calm. Upper chakras activate. How to manage? Focus on grooming, appearance, eat clean, avoid heavy carbs. They slow energy movement. Observe your emotions. Don't react. You'll feel more solid today. So that's gonna be day 3, which would be the Wednesday coming up next week. Okay. And if you need to rewatch this live, you can rewatch it later just to make sure you kind of take your own personal notes. And if you want to remix this or anything that you want to do, if you want to plan out your week, you can remix it. Again, when you practice retention, you have your own internal everything, internal clock, internal GPS system. So program it to your liking. Okay, you don't have to follow everything that I say, but just make sure you have your own routine. Make sure you stay active with your energy. Don't just sit. Don't just sit with your life force energy. Because the moon itself, the atmosphere itself will pull on your energy. And sometimes because we don't know what's going on in the atmosphere, especially with the planets and stuff, we tend to fall into habits not knowing that half the time it's not even us that's having the urge. You know what I'm saying? Day 4, first crescent lift. Your mind gets sharp. Now, mind you, the moon rules water and your mental. So keep that in mind. Energy, mental clarity speaks. Strong focus, slight restlessness. How to manage. High productive day. Work on goals, studying, financial moves. Sweat. Hit the gym, walking, cardio to release excess pressure, or go outside and get you some sun. Your aura becomes magnetic today. So that's going to be on Thursday coming up. All right. Uh, for Friday, day 5, sexual energy rebuild. You feel stuff waking up. Energy. Uh, Random urges return. Dream activity increases. Energy in the spine, kundalini might feel warm. How to manage. Transmute your energy through lifting, cold showers, or deep breathing. Avoid DMing women out of boredom. Out of boredom. That's key. You don't want to do that. I'm telling you, you don't want to do that. If I've made that mistake so many times, bro. So many women that I got that kind of, it's women that put me in the friend zone, and then I focus on myself. I got out the friend zone and started talking to them again because what? Because I was bored, and then I fucked it up all over again. So your best bet is if a chick puts you in the friend zone, you might as well unfollow her, block her, do what you got to do. Let go. It's the best thing you can do. It's gonna be hard at first, but once I started letting go of all that shit, bro, my life has been a lot more easier, bro. You see what I'm saying? And half the time, you probably won't even want to let go because you resent this person. You probably felt like this person probably played you, and now you low key secretly want to get back at them. That was me. I had to say, you know what? If I know I resent somebody, I wouldn't even want to talk to them like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't even want to go down that route. It's very toxic. So it's best to just let shit go, bro. So yeah, avoid DMing women out of boredom. Move your body, keep the energy flowing upward. This is the day most men relapse, stay solid, and that is on a Friday. Usually on Fridays, shit get lit. Payday, chicks they traveling from out of town. You got chicks from Paris and Sweden and all these places visiting Miami. So if you happen to live in Miami Beach and you know what time it is, trust and believe. These women, they don't give a fuck about your retention journey. They trying to fucking suck something. I'm gonna keep it a beam. That's what's gonna happen. So if you're out there and you look good and whatnot, and you've been working on yourself, just be careful. Just be careful, dog. Not everything that glitter is gold. And even if it's glitter and it's gold, hey, I'm not saying you can't have fun. You can have fun. Just be responsible. Be responsible. You know what I mean by be responsible. Okay. Okay. How to manage this energy? Like I said, transmute energy through lifting, cold showers, or deep breathing. Avoid DMing women out of boredom, especially on Friday, because everybody gonna be out trying to do something. Just vibe. Trust and believe. You're not missing out on nothing. If God blesses you to see weekend after weekend after weekend, I'm telling you, the clubs is gonna be the same. Strip clubs gonna be the same. The booty calls, all that shit. It's always gonna be out there. You niggas be trying to skip steps. They be trying to come up on a little $2,000, $3,000, and then try to ball out for 3 weeks. It's like, nah, bro. Think about longevity. Think about stability. So that way, if you do plan on going out having a good time, at least you got something to come back to, instead of like saying like, damn, I only got like $500 to stretch for the next 2 weeks. Like, come on, that's not really living, bro. That's like literally fake tricking. You know what I'm saying? Number six, magnetism. This is day six. Magnetism focus day. This is gonna be on the Saturday next week. Energy. People notice you. Eye contact becomes intense. You feel charismatic without trying. And how to manage this. Stay humble and low key. Do not overshare your plans. Let opportunities come to you. Retention aligns perfect with your lunar build today. And that's going to be next week, Saturday. All right. Like I said, if you want, you can rewatch this live just to, as you go throughout the week. All right. Day seven, momentum lock in. This is going to be next week, Sunday. Energy, high discipline, mood stabilizes. Your energy feels clean. How to manage. Plan the next 14 days, make a small upgrade, clothes, hair, room organization. Even if, let's say, you don't even have money to get clothes and shit, you have to move with the energy of a rich nigga already, right? But not a rich dude who is ignorant, but somebody who is quite aware of his surroundings. Start with your room. Switch up your room. Stay on top of like cleaning your room. If you eat in your room, make sure you have like, like a trash can and shit, and like just don't let dishes and cups and water bottles pile up in your room like it probably is right now. It's okay. It happens to the best of us. When I was in that mental asylum, the biggest thing that a lot of people talked about was cleanliness. Niggas who was locked up in jail or prison, they take hygiene very seriously. If you don't clean up after yourself, if you don't wash your ass, that's your ass. They finna get on your ass. It's not gonna be a good thing either. So even in the prison cells and shit like that, it's an entirely different world, but certain rules apply. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Nigga, you barely got shit to do in there. The best thing you can do, obviously, is work on yourself, read, work out, but stay clean. Okay. So before you get the new clothes, even if you want to be a content creator, before you spend $10,000 on equipment, make sure you have the work ethic, as if like you know what to do when you get that $10,000 worth of equipment. I know people who spent 10, 20, $30,000 on cameras, microphones, computers, all that shit. And guess what? They ain't never do one YouTube video ever in their life. They never did one stream ever in their life. But they figured if they had all this equipment, it'll make them it'll make them be like a real content creator. And to be totally honest, a real content creator could do it with his cell phone or or a laptop or whatever the case may be. So basically, if God bless you with something already, you don't have to, because again, I can see a lot of y'all that's in this live right now. You're gonna come across a time when you have $20,000, $50,000. You're gonna look at yourself and you be like, damn, I ain't never had this much money ever in my life. You never want to blow 10, 20 bands on dumb shit, or blow 20, $25,000 on some shit thinking that you're ready for it and you didn't even put in the work for it. See, with me, I'm making sure, because I'm positioning myself to get a decent loan sum. I've been practicing, going live and streaming, and I got my whole streams lined up and shit, and that's because I know I'm about to invest. So before you invest, have that work ethic. You feel me? Before you even walk around like you the shit, see how you can walk around in just a regular black t-shirt or a white t-shirt. You ain't gotta get no Mary jeans or whatever the fuck. Fresh Levi's is clean though. I ain't never had no phone posits. So I'm gonna get me some phone posits. Them phone posits, them Penny Hardaways, them shit's hard. But shit, if I got me some jogger Nikes, bitch, I gotta make that shit work. Okay, as clean as possible. You gotta walk like you're $1 million before you can actually obtain that $1 million. It's just that simple. You have to be that without that, and that's what sets you apart. Okay, so going back to momentum lock in for the next. This is day 7. How to manage. Plan the next 14 days. Make small upgrades. Clean your room. Get some new clothes. Do something to your hair. Just organize the garage if you have one. Shit like that. And write down your all your accomplishments for the week. Okay. Today solidifies the energy of your whole lunar, and this is day 7, which would be Sunday next week. The big picture: how to handle the whole new moon week. Number one, stay low key. New moon energy is internal. Your power builds when you're quiet, observant, and focused. Number two, clean up your environment. Your mind will copy your surroundings. Clean room, clear internal energy. Number three, move your body daily. This prevents sexual energy from turning into frustration. Number four, no chasing, no forced texting. Your masculine energy is strongest when you're not seeking. Um, Women feel your absence more during the new moon. And that's 100% true because once I put my phone on do not disturb and I'm chilling throughout the day and I come back, I be having like 20, 30 messages or notifications. And it's not just one person. It's just like literally for some reason, shit just gonna be popping. Like I was kind of active on my Facebook and my shit was popping. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't say nothing like too crazy, but again, magnetism can echo throughout social media if you are using social media. Like people can tell when you are glowing based on like your confidence, how you use your words and shit. So just be aware of that. All right. So move your body daily. This prevents sexual energy from turning into frustration. Number four, no chasing, no forced texting. Your masculine energy is strongest when you're not seeking. Women will feel your absence more during the new moon. Number five, set goals for the month. New moon, semen retention. Your intentions lock into your subconscious mind way deeper. And that is the forecast for next week as far as the energetic field when it comes to you practicing retention. Okay, so at the top of every weekend, excuse me, at the top of every weekend, I'm gonna try my best to go live every weekend and give you guys a forecast as to what to expect, energetically speaking. Um, but the patterns remain the same. The more you focus on yourself, the more you take time to really um, work on your creative energy. It's gonna be very simple. A lot of more people gonna be hitting you up. A lot more people gonna be on your timeline. You're gonna meet, you're gonna see women who probably been in your life for like 3 or 4 years. You're gonna look at them and you be like, damn, bro, she kind of fine. Like she just been kind of chilling to herself whole time. Sometimes a woman will be your friend on social media for years, for years. They probably know like you probably bubbling up to be something great, and they just literally waiting on you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm seeing multiple opportunities. I'm kind of mind blown. It's like kind of the more you kind of like set yourself up, like you really focus on yourself. Like people will just start to show interest, like so they'll want to do business with you. But then again, now you gotta like clock them. You gotta make sure they're not here to take advantage of your energy. So pretty much, by the way, I appreciate the moderators doing our job. Y'all doing a great job. In the comment section, usually late night, it be a lot of weirdos that be trying to comment and talk crazy. So I appreciate y'all. That's making sure everything is everything as we continue the journey. So, um, a couple of things to kind of like remember too is that no matter what you do, bro, especially if you're a single black man in America and you understand the plot, you understand what's going on, you understand like the matrix, you understand, you can see beyond the DJ Academics news and just what's happening with 6ix9ine, Gucci Man, and just all these celebrities. Once you see past all that shit, bro, you understand that everything literally is cycles and patterns. Cycles and patterns, bro. People be going viral for the same shit. Motherfuckers would do some shit that was done 3, 4, 5 years ago and just have new words, probably have like a different outfit, and then try and then like kind of re-go viral again for no reason at all, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta lock in, man. What we really have to focus on is ourselves. You focus on yourself, the world becomes a better place, believe it or not. But you see what's happening? We have to pay for other people's sins. Like what you're gonna notice, you're setting yourself apart from like 80 to 90% of the population. Semen retention is an ancient practice. Jesus talked about this in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? A lot of God's men of God, they practice retention. They practice retaining the energy. See what I'm saying? And the reason why I believe it wasn't taught in school, or the reason why like a lot of people don't know about it, is because it's super powerful. It brings back balance onto the face of this planet. Because what's going to happen is if you got enough decent men who know how to control their energy, you're also going to have a lot of women who are not only going to vibe with these men, but like they will submit. You know how many men want a woman that they just want a woman to submit, but in order for a woman to submit, you got to be royalty as the man. You feel me? You have to be like you have to be a man of God for that to happen. Think about this now. What I'm about to say, and I said this in my other live, but imagine if you are living like Jesus. If you're literally living like Jesus, do you understand the type of love that you're about to attract into your life? If they say God lives through you, let God's light shine through you. The only way you can really do that, number one, especially in today's day and age, is managing your sexual energy. I guarantee you right now, when you go on, by the time you click off of this, or if you go onto any other site right now, if you like, I know if I go on to Facebook right now, they always gonna have some type of weird ass ad about single moms in your area. Check them out. They always have these weird ass ads. It's spiritual warfare. They want to keep you sedated as much as possible. They want you to stay under the spell as much as possible. And I'm not saying that it's bad to have online dating and shit, because everybody, we do everything online nowadays. But what I'm saying is, it like the matrix is set up for you not to really think. They just want you to react. They just want you to react. They want you to go online. They want, like when you talk about social media and you think why so many people are addicted to social media, is because social media is like a casino. And anytime you get a new notification, that's kind of like a reward. It rewards the brain. You feel me? So different notifications on Facebook, you got the laugh react. You know how many times I get people's reaction when I mad react they post? They literally comment and tag me. They be like, "Yo, what's your problem? What you mad at?" And in my mind, I'm like, "Nigga, I'm just, I just hacked your mind. I wasn't even trying to do this shit. But if I want to get attention, it's really simple. Somebody, it could be a very positive post, but the very second I mad react to post, watch how people react. They gonna call you out. They be like, "What you mad at?" Well, or if you react saying like you're surprised, they be like, "What you so surprised for?" People so controlled by the internet and all of these tools and stuff. It's like it's literally like brainwashing. And a lot of these women, for attention and shit, sometimes they gotta dress a little provocative, or they gotta say some mad, crazy sexual shit to get attention. Now you do have people who post positivity, but that shit don't get no play. Half the time, if somebody sees something that's positive online, they're gonna scroll right past that shit. They're gonna read it in their subconscious mind, but like, man, they ain't trying to hear that. They trying to see what's good with Blueface, bad body ass. They're trying to see what's good with goddamn Tory Lane's case and Megan Thee Stallion and all these other people. You feel me? They like people want to see and hear BS. If you talk about now, I'm not trying to put women down, but you have to understand how a woman's mind works. Women love to watch murder documentaries, anything to do with drama, anything to do with like somebody's missing or there's some type of like Jeffrey Dahmer type of character. They get a kick out of that. And for me personally, I don't really get a kick out. I don't really get I don't see the whole point in like watching a lot of those murder documentaries. But a lot of women, they live by themselves. They're single women, so they need to their 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 excuse or their explanation, I would say, is like, well, I want to know what I can do just in case, like I was dealing with the mass murderers. I'm like, how to protect myself. So I guess I get that part, but at the same time, you have to be aware that what you watch damn near can become a part of your reality if you're thinking about the shit all the time because you're programming your mind. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be programming their mind and don't even know it. So it's like for me, I'll watch a little bit of bullshit or whatnot, but then I gotta clean my mind out. I gotta make sure I either go back to my content or I do some research that's gonna help me. Or if I have questions, if I see something online, if I have a question about it, I do my own research. Now I'm about to look at something and I'm about to prove to y'all something real quick before I actually end this live. There's another question because I heard this a lot all the time, right? And if you are in your 20s to 30s, I'm gonna let you know right now, these cougars are going to be stepping. The older a woman gets, the more they become sexual. Okay, so I'm gonna explain the scientific breakdown. So real quick, why do women seem to be more sexual as they get older? Get older, and why are they so attracted to? And my bad, I'm typing with one hand, so excuse me. Why are they so attracted to younger guys on human retention? Now, this is going to. Now, I already know the answer to this. Um, let me see. All right, y'all. So, the question that I asked, which I already know the question, I'm gonna give my personal answer, whatnot, and then I'm gonna read what I got here, and then I'm gonna finish up this live. All right. So the question I asked was, uh, why do women seem to be more sexual as they get older, and why are they so attracted to younger guys who are on semen retention? Okay. All right. So women being more sexual as they get older is real, and women being attracted to younger men on semen retention is also real. I've experienced it, but it's not magic. It's biology, psychology, and energy all working together. All right. Let's break this down together. Number one, why women get more sexual as they get older. All right. Most men don't know this. Okay. But a woman's sexual peak is actually between the age of 30 and 45. I repeat, most men don't know this, but a woman's sexual peak is between the age of 30 and 45 years of age. All right. Let me see what's going on. All right, boom. So a man's sexual peak, believe it or not, is between the age of 18 and 25. So, nigga, if you're between the age of 18 and 25, I can understand why you going crazy. You going ape shit crazy like a rabbit. I get that. But check this out. Their engines warm up later, okay? And here's why. Testosterone rises slightly as some estrogen drops. Right? When a woman hits her 30s, her hormones shift. She becomes more confident, less shy, less pleasing, more in her body, more in her desires, and she finally knows what she wants. So this is why a lot of these cougars become a lot more attractive to y'all. So you please be careful because they know exactly what they're doing. Some of them can get you trapped, so you got to be careful. All right. She's mentally freer. Younger women are often self conscious. Older women, they're like, I know what I want, and I want it now. It's my money and I need it now, face ass. They're gonna be like that, so you have to be aware. They're not scared of being judged. Trauma heal plus self awareness. Older women have been in relationships. They know their body, know what turns them on, have fewer psychological blocks, uh, ex- experience faster arousal. Biological clock. Even if she doesn't want a kid, her biology still acts like she does. Her body becomes more receptive. Number two, why older women are so attracted to younger guys. A lot of people cap about this, but there's the truth. Younger men have stronger life force energy. Younger men have higher testosterone, faster recovery, more vitality, more physical presence. And this is why you see the Jalen Greens of the world. I think that's a basketball player. He used to play for the Houston Rockets. The nigga trash as hell. I forgot who he played for now, but like he's dating an older woman who has like a son that's damn near his age as well. Some of these women, they know this. Between the age of 18 and 25, if you in the NBA, 9 times out of 10, there's an older woman that's preying on you. This shit be happening, but niggas obviously not gonna talk about it because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But older women feel that more physical presence, more vitality, faster recovery, higher testosterone. Okay. Younger men have less emotional baggage. Older men can be jaded, closed off, tired, less adventurous. Younger guys bring excitement. Younger men give them feminine polarity. When a woman feels feminine, desired, youthful, playful, she locks onto the energy source that causes that younger man natural trigger that. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Let me make sure. Me? My bad. I was doing a live. I'm almost finished though. I didn't take the clothes out. I was still doing the live. All right. All right, my bad, y'all. Let me get back to this real quick. I was supposed to take out some clothes out of the dryer and shit. But this is some real shit now. See, I gotta be aware, bro. These older women, they know what time it is. Okay. Number three, why semen retention makes younger guys 10 times more attractive. This is where things get different because semen retention changes your aura, pheromones, behavior, and masculine energy. Older women feel this instantly. Okay. Your testosterone isn't leaking, it's circulating. A man on semen retention moves differently, grounded, focused, confident, not needy, eyes more intense. Older women love a man who isn't desperate. Your pheromones get stronger. Studies show retaining rises. And andro and I don't know how to say that, but it's androsten ANDROSTENONE. And then I think this is the same word or it's similar. ANDROSTERONE. These are the same pheromones that trigger female attraction. Older women respond to pheromones even stronger than not younger women. Your masculine polarity is amplified. A woman in her 30s plus is often independent, emotionally mature, uh, in her feminine when she feels safe. That's big. You have to make sure a woman feels safe in order for her to do anything. Okay. If she don't feel safe, she don't feel comfortable, the draws ain't going nowhere. All right, your masculine polarity is amplified. A woman in her 30s plus is often independent, emotionally mature, and her feminine when she feels safe. Retention equals your radiant masculine stability. She feels that. You activate her youth instinct. When she senses your raw masculine energy, she feels young, desired, sexually alive. When women crave the feeling of being awakened. Okay, real talk, street explanation. Older women will be looking at your younger guys. Will be looking at you younger. Older women be looking at you younger guys on retention like this man got stamina. This man got discipline. This man got confidence. And his life force, yeah, I want him. That's what they gonna do. They again, older women know what they want. Okay, younger guys on semen retention give off maturity without burnout, youth without immaturity, sexual power without neediness, and the combination is rare. So if you can master this at a young age, then my boy, you're gonna be on fire. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Melrose Beats. You said my boy on fire. I appreciate y'all tapping in. All right, so number four, the deeper spiritual reason. Okay, when a man keeps his energy inside, he creates a magnetic field around his body. All right, they feel the heat, the focus, the grounded aura, the calm confidence. Your energy makes them feel safe and desired at the same time. Shout out to Travis Jones. He said, "Yo, thanks for the knowledge." Now, for sure, bro. Y'all keep tapping into the lives, bro. I'm always share some knowledge, bro. I'm not just on here saying what y'all eat today, staring y'all in y'all face and shit. You feel me? Um, but here we go. Your energy makes them feel safe and desired at the same time. That's why they get bold. A lot of women start to get bold when you're on retention, especially the older women. They feel you. So if you're in your from age 18 to 25, nigga, take your time, open your eyes, and realize. Once you understand body language, I might go over body language a little bit later. But body language is another thing. This is the reason why a lot of guys can't tell whether or not a female's into them or not, because we don't know how to read body language. But once you know how to read body language, it becomes very, very easy. Okay. Uh, so as far as like the reasoning as to why older women tend to, you know, find you attractive while practicing retention, again, retaining your energy is something that you do at a mature age. Again, once niggas get older, now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm about to ask a question because if women, if they peak sexually between the age of 30 and 45, and men only peak sexually between the ages of 18 and 25, I want to know for the guys who's like 25 to 40, like could they still, can semen retention still make you appear more young? I guess that's the next question. Just for the older guys. If you're young, nigga, you in that age range where everything's supposed to be lit for you. You feel me? Be mature. Don't be needy. There's gonna be plenty of women that are out there. Focus on yourself. Build your foundation. Work out. Clean your area. Make sure you can reset. Uh, um, a mental reset is good. You never want to stress have stress that like over time it starts to combine and then it takes over your mind like damn bro, you got to go out of town to make this trip, or you got to pay for this new car or this new bike or whatever, and you haven't had a chance to do so. You see what I'm saying? If you don't position yourself to get certain things done, then it's going to stress yourself out. So instead of stressing yourself out and being like damn, I haven't done this yet, I haven't done that done yet done this or that yet, think about one small goal that you can do every day towards that major goal. So that way you won't stress yourself out about trying to get the car. As long as you've been looking up the cars that you want to look up, as long as you've been putting aside $20 every check, even if it's just 10 to 15, $20, that's that's enough reason not to stress over the main goal that you're trying to get. You see what I'm saying? Batman Spice said Moody was good. Yo, I was just going over the 7 day forecast as to what's going to happen next week with this new moon phase. So if you missed that, you can check out the live. You can rewatch it later on. But it was a lot that I went over. You know what I'm saying? I've been live for about like an hour now and stuff. So okay, let's ask this question real quick. Guys who practice retention age 26, let's say about 45 to 40. Can that help us be more young as far as libido goes? As far as libido goes, since we stop our sexual peak at age 25. And I didn't even know that, bro. It's like, dang, bro, like you'd be surprised once you like do research. All right, so this is about to be pretty cool, all right, what I'm about to read. Now they're saying it's a myth. We don't know, but we about to see. This is why we connect the dots. We put two and two together. Madar said, not retention, recycling. Bro, have you ever tried uh, semen recycling? Um, retention and recycling is literally the same thing, believe it or not. So you kind of asking, have I ever? I mean, what's your? I don't know if you're trying to be funny or not, but like if you have a definition of recycling, then let me know. Without you trying, I don't know if you're trying to be funny or not. But the question that I asked was, all right, so guys who practice retention age 26 to 40, that can help. Can that help? What was the question? I said, can that help us be more young as far as libido goes since we stop our sexual peak at age 25? All right, so here's a short answer. The short answer, yes. Semen retention absolutely helps men age 26 to 40 keep a younger, stronger libido, even though the biological sexual peak is said to end around age 25. Okay, but the truth is way deeper than that. What you're doing with retention is changing how your body uses testosterone, dopamine, and life force energy, which actually extends your sexual vitality. So if you want to talk about, uh, uh, you said, so I was going through tough times and I relapsed or whatnot. It happens, bro. Have a resilient mindset and stop thinking. The more you think about the tough times, the more you're gonna experience the tough times. You see what I'm saying? You gotta flash forward. Stop flashing back. You have to flash forward. How can semen retention benefit a man within 2 weeks? I could ask that question next. Let's go over it. Let me answer this question first, and then I can ask that question. How can semen retention benefit a man within 2 weeks? All right. Before we get to that one, we're gonna answer this one. All right. Number one, men don't really stop their sexual peak at age 25. That's a myth. Uh, what really happens is this: at age between age 18 and 25, your testosterone is naturally high. After 25, it does fall off a cliff. It uh, it excuse me, it doesn't fall off a cliff. It just declines slowly if you don't take care of yourself. Men in their 30s and 40s can have higher libido and testosterone than in their 20s if they exercise, reduce stress, sleep well, eat clean, stay focused, and practice semen retention. Okay? Yeah, bro. I don't know if you're trying to be funny, blood, but like, yeah, my Without, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I'm not even gonna like entertain that uh because I don't know what niggas got going on. Usually around this time, this is when the weirdos come out. So make sure if I do have any mods in here, we can't even have that type of conversation. This when motherfuckers get like immature and they act like outlandish dumb shit. Now I'm one to say crazy stuff, but I'm not gonna allow crazy stuff happen in my chat like that. Okay? Because like I knew motherfuckers was trying to be funny, bro, and I'm like, come on, bro. You keep shit like that to yourself. Oh God, I don't give a fuck if you playing or not. Keep that shit to yourself, my nigga. I knew it, dog. Like I had a feeling, bro. That's why I'm like, what is you talking about? All right, so let's get back to this. All right, so men don't really stop the sexual energy at peak at 25. So yeah, you got to make sure if you're in your 30s and 40s, make sure you exercise, reduce stress, sleep well, eat clean, stay focused, and practice retention. So no, your libido does not have to die at age 25. Retention is one of the tools that keeps you young. So again, if you're getting older and you know nothing about energy management, like this is what's gonna get you looking young and feeling young again. That's another thing too. I remember I made a video. Now, mind you, everything that I'm researching and stuff, I've already talked about for the past 3, 4 years on a lot of my videos. If you go back as far as like 2021, 2022, I talked about all the effects of retaining your energy, the type of women you're going to attract, the type of lifestyle that you might attract. You're going to see how like there was different times in my life where, shit was great. Shit was great. You feel me? Um, and now I'm at that point where I'm in a reset mode. Since I'm resetting myself. I'm at that point where it's just clean house. I'm cleaning house. I'm starting over, and things are gonna be a lot more, a lot more clear for me now that I'm like entering a new chapter in my life, retaining my energy. And I haven't been in a successful relationship for over a year, but that is because um, your energy is going to be more intense. And I'm going to get to that second question in a second about what happens within the first 2 weeks. All right, so all right, so number two, semen retention boosts your testosterone baseline. Your T levels naturally fluctuate, but retention prevents unnecessary dips, reduces dopamine burnout, reduces this desensitization, increases motivation, increases androgen receptors sensitivity, and even if testosterone doesn't skyrocket long term, your body uses it better. That's why you feel younger, more alive, more masculine, more easily aroused in a healthy way. So what you don't want to do is like burn out your energy, especially like in your between age 18 and 25. Like you got some people who be looking like they age 35 at the age of 21. That's because they do drink a lot of alcohol, smoke a lot of cigarettes or drugs or whatnot, and have a lot of sex. The more you release and shit, the more testosterone you're releasing. You know what I'm saying? So just learn how to manage that shit, bro. I'm not saying don't have sex for the rest of your life. I'm just saying like, if you're gonna be chilling with some fine shit, at some point in time, if you just constantly doing the same shit over and over again frequently, she's gonna get bored and she's gonna cheat on you. So if you want to spice it up in the bedroom and shit, like just chill for a little bit. You feel me? Learn learn about tantric sex and shit like that. Like or learn how to move energy within a woman's body without having to touch her. She's gonna like get first of all, she's gonna become 10 times more attached to you. You don't really want to like have too much attachments in general, but just by nature, the less you are eager to wanting to actually penetrate her, is the more like she's gonna fall like deeply for you. It may not even be in love, but it's like one of them things where she ain't going nowhere. Like she's gonna be around. Um, so keep in mind though, like not to we're not here trying to play women. We are just simply exercising our ability to, whether it's attract, whether it's to like basically again, women control the access to sex, men control the access to relationships. Sometimes women, not all women, but some women tend to use sex as a tool to manipulate a guy into a relationship. And the whole time, not all women, but some women sometimes will play the role of playing the part, and the whole time she has like a alternate agenda. So you have to be aware. Just cause like shit sweet for the first year or two, or for the first 5 or 6 months, usually after the first 5 or 6 months, that's when her true colors start to come out. She's gonna try to tell you, "Hey, I want to quit smoking. I want to quit smoking, or I want to quit drinking." It's always gonna be some type of aspiration that she wants to do, because she sees that like if you're still practicing retention, then you're gonna motivate her to want to change her life. So usually, if she's a drinker or a smoker or something like that, she's gonna tell you like she wants to stop, and if she's serious about it, she will. But if she's not, she's gonna struggle with it, and then try to gaslight you into saying like, "Hey, you should have helped her with her problems and shit." Trust and believe. I've been there, done that. You have some women that will do that. Not all women, but you have some. Like after quite some time, they'll start to blame you. So keep in mind to focus on yourself, even if you happen to be in a committed relationship. Just understand emotions and don't ever take anything personal. Like if a woman has, if she's going through roller coaster, if she is going through an array of emotions and stuff, that's fine. That's perfectly normal, actually. Once you start overreacting, that's when all hell is going to break loose. Somebody has to be calm in the situation. You see what I'm saying? So even if testosterone doesn't skyrocket long term, your body uses it better. That's why you feel younger, more alive, more masculine, and more easily aroused in a healthy way. Number three, semen retention restores your dopamine system. Porn, chronic sex, and ejaculation drain your dopamine pathways. When your dopamine is low, your libido drops, your energy drops, your motivation dies, you feel older emotionally. Retention resets. Retention essentially resets that. A guy on retention has a clearer mind, faster arousal, deeper attraction, more sensitivity, and that's why older dudes on retention feel young again. Okay. Number four, retention preserves life force, the thing young guys naturally have. Your semen contains zinc, magnesium, antioxidants, vitamins, immune factors, and it's tied to your nervous system, your vitality, and your drive. When you constantly release, you drain your reserves. When you retain, you store up that useful charge. That's why your eyes look brighter, your skin improves, you feel more alive, women sense your energy, you feel confident, and this is what makes your libido feel young, even in your 30s and 40s. Okay. Number five, retention improves erectile quality because it boosts what's this Ni- nitric oxide, pelvic blood flow, sensitivity, hormones related to desire. Men 26 to 40 who practice retention often experience harder erections, quicker arousal, longer stamina, better recovery. Men who ejaculate constantly lose this. So your female is going to be all over you once you understand how to master your sexual energy. There's a lot of females who complain so much about a guy just because he has a big whatever or he has a lot of money, but he sucks in bed. Like a woman still has to go and play with a toy to actually get off. It's embarrassing. Okay, so you don't want to have all these flashy things or whatever, or have all these big muscles, and you don't even know how to work it. You feel me? Because women will pillow talk. They will talk shit about how trash you are. Trust and believe. They do it all the fucking time. They have no remorse. I hear more terrible stories about what men be doing when some of these women be talking about their experiences. They be like, "Oh, nah, move, get away from me. You don't even know how to eat it right." You feel me? So whatever. If you just focus on your breathing
and get back to the natural way of like how humans are supposed to operate instead of constantly releasing, constantly watching porn, and constantly ejaculating, then you won't have to worry about all these erectile dysfunctions. You see what I'm saying? So number six, your libido becomes more stable and stronger. Retention changes you from young libido, random, uncontrolled, masculine libido, focused, powerful, controlled. This is why older men who retain feel better than when they were 21. Number seven, retention makes you age slower. Okay, because it supports testosterone production, uh, reduce inflammation, better sleep, better mood, stronger nervous system, more vitality. You literally age slower. You see what I'm saying? Um, Shout out to Rashad. Was good. Was good with you, bro. Real peso. Real peso was this 2353. Yo. All right. So let me see what we got going on. How many mods do I have in the building? Do I have it? If I have a mod in the building, let me know. If I don't have any mods actively working and shit, like we gotta do a better job in the comment section, okay? Because this is the hour of weirdos and shit. So we gonna have mad people asking stupid ass questions. If motherfuckers see me in person, bro, they wouldn't be asking these questions, and I'm gonna go on your shit if you try me in person, literally. That's one thing about the internet. Motherfuckers is just like be acting like just asking. It's either y'all be asking mad questions. I don't know if y'all trying to be funny or not. I'm gonna assume that you're trying to be funny, and I'm gonna delete your ass and block you since it's the internet. All right, so summary as possible. Yes, human retention absolutely keeps your libido young, age 26 to 40. How? By maintaining testosterone, sharpening dopamine, rebuilding life force, strengthening erections, raising vitality, reducing burnout, extending your masculine prime. Men who retain feel more sexual, more alive, more confident, more youthful than men who drain themselves. You're basically pushing your sexual prime into your 30s and 40s. Uh, and so on and so forth. Now, to the person who asked about let me see. Let me see some. I might have blocked that person already. I ain't gonna hold you. I kind of did. I probably did. All right. I guess I blocked that person. All right. So basically, like I said, I think somebody asked something about like what are the benefits of retaining your energy for 2 weeks. Let me see. What are the benefits of retaining your energy for 2 weeks? Question mark. Now, to answer that question, because I'm getting tired. Like these are questions that I've been talking. I feel like right now I'm becoming like a broken record and shit like that because some of y'all be asking the same questions over and over again that like you can easily see you can watch in my videos. I have like a catalog that's over. I have over like over like what 1,200 videos on YouTube. So every damn near any question that you can ask, even if it's immature or not, like I gotta answer for it. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm gonna keep it a whole bean buck 50, bro. I love me some pussy. Pussy's amazing. I love me women. Women are amazing. But as men, we tend to just look at it as just pussy or just look at it as women you know, who have daddy issues, and then a lot of guys try to take advantage of them. I am in no way, shape, or form trying to take advantage of anybody because I wouldn't want to be taken advantage of my damn self. You see what I'm saying? Um, so with that being said, the best thing that I can do is manage my energy and just have emotional intelligence and understand that just because you have emotional intelligence, just because you are a decent young man, you're a man of God and everything, I got some bad news for you. I have terrible news for you. Let me know if you're ready for this bad news. I'm about to tell you right now. The bad news is I don't care how much you glowing, I don't care how much money you got. You will always pay for another man's sins. When you're dealing with a female, if she has been through some traumatic relationship, the very second that you say something to trigger that past relationship, or the very second that trigger her complete, like, just period, what's gonna happen is you're gonna pay for another nigga's mistakes. I've had women that would love to be intimate with me. Even right now, I have this one particular female who's very attractive, very sweet young lady. But through so many years of dealing with men and how some of these men are unpredictable, you know what I'm saying? She's been through a lot of traumatic situations. So with that being said, um, it's not fair to men. It's not fair to us. But unfortunately, there's a lot of guys who came before us, a lot of generations before us, or just like guys a little bit older, or even guys our age that fucked it up for all of us. You see what I'm saying? So in a way, you're kind of competing against another guy's mess up. But at the same time, as long as you just stay true to yourself, things will happen, and things will happen naturally the way it's supposed to happen. All right. So don't overthink the situation. Just because 9 times out of 10, bro, if you're dealing with a female who has probably dealt with too much trauma and has not yet healed, then definitely give them time and space to heal. Don't force it. The very second that you try to have sex with a female that has not healed, now you have taken upon that energetic burden. Okay? It's gonna be very, very hard to let her go. Especially that pussy fire, it's gonna be hard to let that shit go. So instead of getting into a situation, if you know like it's a couple screws up there that ain't quite quietly tightening her mind, I don't care how fine she is, bro. Give her some space. Give her some space. Peace of mind is everything nowadays, okay? So this is the last question I'm gonna answer, and then I'm gonna call it a night. If you're new to the chat, make sure you hit the like button. Even if you're just stopping by, it costs nothing to super violate that like button. So I appreciate y'all. All right. So number one, all right. So it says 2 weeks of retaining your energy is like the sweet spot where the benefits really start kicking in. Number one, testosterone hits its first peak. Scientifically, around 7 days, testosterone spikes 45%, and by day 14, your body adjusts and stabilizes that extra testosterone instead of wasting it. You feel stronger, more confident, more assertive, more masculine, and this is why women suddenly notice you more. Okay. Um, Number two, dopamine receptors reset. After 2 weeks, porn damage starts reversing. Your brain becomes more sensitive to natural pleasure. Your focus gets sharper. Motivation comes back. Discipline increases. You stop feeling burnt out and start feeling alive again. Number three, your aura becomes magnetic. You're holding on in your life force. So people feel your presence more. Women notice a stronger eye contact, calmer vibe, ground masculinity, confidence without trying, sexual charge without desperation. Men respect you more too. They feel your energy is different. Number four, your skin glows. Retention improves zinc levels, hydration, circulation, collagen production. Your face literally looks younger and more defined. Women call it the glow for a reason. Okay. Number five, energy levels goes up. Around 2 weeks, your body stops fighting urges and starts redirecting energy upward into ambition, confidence, creativity, drive, fitness. You feel like you have more energy than you can use. Number six, stronger erections, higher libido. 2 weeks is where your sexual system becomes stronger, more sensitive, more responsive, harder, and more reliable. You're not horny in a chaotic way. You're horny in a controlled, masculine, powerful way. Number seven, mental clarity skyrockets. 2 weeks retaining your energy. gives you better decision making, more patience, less anxiety, stronger intuition, more emotional control. Your whole mind feels clearer. So this is kind of like when you reach the Christ consciousness, and this is what Jesus talked about when he talked about fasting. Because I ain't gonna hold you, Jesus had all the hoes in the world. I don't give a fuck which. I don't care how mad you get at me. This nigga had all the hoes. He had all the hoes. You feel me? The nigga knew how to like turn water to wine. Okay, so just imagine if a nigga was chilling by the lake, and he just he got a cup in there, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna turn this water to wine, and he usually get the pussy wet. And the reason why Jesus had that power and that ability, he was practicing retention. Come on, he had the magnetism. He could heal a female just by touching them. The nigga had to be on semen retention. All right, number 8, enhanced physical performance. 2-week retention improves strength, endurance, fast muscle recovery, aggression in the gym, and stamina. Workouts hit different at this stage. Number 9, social confidence becomes effortless. And now this is when Jesus was around and he was gathering people around and he had the gift of the gab and everything. Every famous athlete, every celebrity, every rapper, Kevin Gates, NLE Chopper, NBA Youngboy, all of these niggas, every last one of these rappers, they would talk about sex, sex, sex all day in their raps. But the whole time they'll go about 2, 3 weeks not even busting a nut. You wanna know why? Because that charges them up. It charges them up, and and like in a way they get more women because they become a lot more valuable. They become like a diamond in the rough. You know what I'm saying? The price literally goes up when you retain your energy. So social confidence becomes effortless. You talk slower, you think clearer, you stand taller, you speak with more certainty, and people are drawn to you without even trying. Number 10, spiritual sensitivity increases at 2 weeks. You'll notice more vivid dreams, better intuition, stronger gut feelings, higher awareness, easily picking up on people's energy. This is where people say your third eye opens more. All right. Make sure you supervise. Make sure y'all super violate that like button if you're new to the chat. Uh, Number 11, your masculine frame stabilizes. At around 14 days, you start feeling less reactive, less needy, less approval seeking, more mission focused, more self respect. You respond instead of react. Number 12, you feel younger. 2 weeks retaining your energy reverses fatigue, low libido, brain fog, lack of drive, and your vitality returns. And bonus, it says at 2 weeks, you give off sexual power, mystery, discipline, confidence, life force. She can feel. When women literally smell the difference in your pheromones, the shit get crazy. That's that loud peck I've been telling you about since like 2, 3 years ago. Okay, simple summary: 2 weeks of retaining your energy, real transformation. You get higher testosterone, stronger libido, more energy, clearer mind, better focus, stronger presence, magnetic aura, spiritual clarity. And this is the point where you start feeling like the best version of yourself. All right. So that's what happens after just 2 weeks of retaining your energy. Now, also after 2 weeks of retaining your energy, you probably gonna have like 2 new females that you're talking to. Okay. Keep in mind a lot of your female interactions. Some of them they're gonna come with substance. They may not just want to be with they may not want to fuck with you just because you're sexy or whatnot, but they will actually want to fuck with you because they actually want to pick your brain. They actually want to have a conversation with you. Now, if you're not one to have a conversation, then you just stick to like ignoring these bitches or whatnot. But at some point in time, you're gonna have to communicate. You know what I'm saying? If you want to procreate, if you want to have a son or a daughter, and you want to bring them into this world, you need to ask them tough questions, okay? Because we have a lot of messed up generations, or we have a lot of like parents and stuff who have two totally different ideologies, and now the kid is stuck in between having to love either their mom or their father, only because the mom and the father wasn't responsible enough to understand each other's point of view as to how to raise a child. Nigga, if you having sex, then there should be no reason why that you shouldn't have the conversation about how you would raise a kid, because that's what entails with having sex, especially unprotected. You feel me? Having that conversation can save you a lifetime of drama, a lifetime of stress, just by having a conversation, bro. You don't want to waste nobody's time. You know how many different females out there that kind of look the same? Y'all ever watch Power? And you know that chick named Effie? Sometimes, like on my Facebook, I be seeing pictures. They have the Power pages. They be sharing her picture all the time, and the caption always says, "Face card won't decline," or "Face card is T," or some shit like that. Bro, Effie looked like 10 different females that I've met throughout my life. I'm not trying to say she ugly, but I'm just saying the typical bad chick or the typical beautiful chick, you can find them chicks almost anywhere. There's not a lot of guys that you're gonna find that knows about retention and that knows about self-preservation. And at this point, because again, when you talk about a woman and how or what they find attractive in a man, looks is kind of like, looks are important, but that's like a small percentage. They think when they talk when they think about the type of guy that they want, a guy don't even necessarily have to be in shape, but if he's in shape, that's a plus, right? For most women. But majority of the time, even if you don't have money, well, you gotta have money, but put money to the side. Let's just say you already got money. You gotta be funny, and you gotta be able to listen. You gotta make her feel safe. You have to like give off the energy of you showing that you can protect not only yourself but you can protect her. Someone said I relapsed on retention and my car broke down. That's amazing. That bad luck is crazy. Shit, you may never know, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I've had my times where I done drove to Miami, downtown Miami, went to go see a chick, knew I wasn't supposed to go see her, smashed her in the car or whatnot. I had my stories. Trust me, I had my time. Long ass time ago. I don't be backseat pimping anymore. That shit is, to me, it's like, nah, nigga, I want my own space. You feel me? I ain't trying to be cooped up in the car trying to go crazy. But I'm just saying, there's times where I went to see a chick, caught a flat, or the car overheated, or I got it, some shit happen, and that's just like instant karma. But it doesn't always happen like that. But when it happened like that, all you gotta just be like, fuck, bro. Like, I should have known. I should have known. Nigga traveling 45 minutes for a piece of pussy, not knowing how you finna get back to the crib. Been there, done that. But see, I don't really put myself in that position anymore, bro. Like for me, it's like, especially if you're dealing with the older women, bro, like all that car action shit. Maybe if she wants to feel young and shit like that, if you driving home, trust and believe, they don't give a fuck. Trust and believe. I had my experiences with women who they was peaking in their sexual energy. I remember this one individual, she was very attractive, had a banging body, and nobody in the restaurant thought she was freaky like that. I didn't even know she was going. She showed me a side that I didn't know she had. She was very quiet, and you never would have expected how freaky she got. And she was getting freaky, my boy. Like the women will turn to quote unquote freaks or sluts for the right type of guy. If you have enough self control to make her feel comfortable and make her feel, you know what I'm saying? She's going to give you everything on a silver platter. Instead of you begging or wondering, like, damn, bro, like, when you just want to let me get a, like, just vibe. Just vibe, bro. Literally vibe. Mental stimulation before penetration. That's the number one rule. Mental stimulation before penetration. Once you become more magnetically attractive, that's the thing that you literally need to worry about. Just be more magnetically attractive. The power of being magnetically attractive.
Sorry, y'all. Attention, female attraction. Now again, people be like, "Damn, bro." A lot of my videos be like, "Semen retention and female attraction, female attraction, female attraction." See, here's the thing is, I have to say that because attraction isn't permanent. Attraction wavers. It go from day to day. When you change, like when energy changes, when you have like a new moon and cycle and stuff like that, from day to day, shit gonna change. And if you're new in the chat, make sure you hit the like button. All right, Mr. Blue. I'm gonna let you know like you can't be wilding out too much with what you're saying. So I can't allow that in the chat. Uh, YouTube will shut the shit down. Um, but I seen what you said, Mr. Blue 204 556. That's facts. How the girl da 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 da. Yeah, I can't say that. The purpose of retaining your seed isn't to attract women. That's a fact. That's true. Um, but the whole point, the reason why I say I include female attraction within the titles of my videos because regardless of the fact if you want a wife and if you want to procreate, that means you have to actually have a mother of your child, correct? Even if you're not with this woman, you still need to have a level of attraction, meaning like can she still trust you to raise your son or daughter or pick up your son or daughter when it's time to pick them up from school or some shit like that? You feel me? This is for people who want to pursue a life as far as like uh, extending their lineage. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to have a kid, then it's very important that you understand female attraction. This is whether you are dating them or not. But the whole point of retaining your energy is to have a mental, it's literally to have mental clarity and to manifest um, your highest goals. Uh, to be real, women low key is kind of like the byproduct of retaining your energy, but that's not the main goal. Okay, but so I just put in the power of being magnetically attractive, semen retention, and female attraction. Here's the real truth about magnetic attraction on semen retention, not fantasy, not superstition, but the actual energetic, biological, and psychological forces that make women react to you differently. This is why men on retention can walk into a store and women start staring. This shit happens all the time. It's probably gonna happen. It's probably gonna happen to you if it's not already happening. But let's break this down at the street level. Body game is real, especially when practicing semen retention. Facts. Okay, the power of magnetic attraction on semen retention. When you retain your seed, you stop leaking life force energy, so your body naturally builds masculine magnetism, confidence, grounded presence, strong eye contact, a calm, controlled libido, pheromones, and inner stillness. Women respond to those things instinctively. All right. Blue asked, "Do you know any ways to make money outside of a 9 to 5 job?" Now, I'm currently doing that because a 9 to 5. I don't want to get too much into that question because I want to stay on topic with this real quick as far as like the power of being magnetically attractive. But there's a lot of things you just got to do your research on grants and loans, and if you want to start a business, start just researching like ways to start a small business. You know, using under $10,000. Like there's a whole bunch of grants out there. You just have to apply to them and have a compelling story, and you can literally start your own business. If you have a compelling story, if you know how to like write, I would say research because the 9 to 5 is kind of like the journey of the broke. I've did that. I've done that for plenty of years, and it ain't get me nowhere. This shit literally left me high and dry. The company I was working for went into they shut down and they laid me off. So after I was like faithful to them for like a couple years plus, niggas kicked me to the curb like I was just a piece of chicken wing or something, like a useless chicken wing that fell on the ground. You feel me? So 9 to 5 is good to help you save your money or probably take care or make you survive now. But if you really want to live like a stress free life, I would say if you got the money to pay for the services, you can go ahead and do that. But having your own business, you know, having a service that you offer to other people would be a lot more. Uh, I'd say it would be better and more lucrative for you. Someone said when women will sense your aura, energy, and they'll fiend for your attention. That's a fact, bro. When you take zinc on semen retention, it's like steroids. It's crazy. I actually need to get back on the zinc, and you know your body actually naturally produces that. So literally, you add more zinc to what you're already naturally producing, and this shit gonna get crazy. Okay. So your life force energy creates a magnetic field. Okay. Your semen isn't just fluid; it contains minerals, hormones, proteins, stem cell level material, and an electrical charge. When you retain, that energy stays inside your nervous system and builds pressure. This creates a subtle electromagnetic field around your body. Women feel this before they even see you. See, the thing about it, there's the human body. It's not just like your seed, okay? Your blood cells are electrically charged. Pheromones are very, very real, but your blood cells itself are electrically charged. Like, quite literally. So, let me see. So, this is why women glance at you. They hold eye contact, they stand closer. You're gonna notice this shit happens all the time when you go into the store or if you go into like some type of like um, lounge where they got like live music playing, and if you go into a certain spot, I guarantee you, if you're practicing retention, you vibing, I guarantee you within 10 to 15, maybe 20 minutes, a small group is gonna form around you. You're gonna have at least 2 to 3 groups of women that are gonna be around you. This shit happens almost every single time I go to a lounge or every time I go to like a club. It's clockwork. Sometimes I'll be like, God damn, bitch, like I'm not even ready for all this. But that's the magnetism. That's your aura. So let's say gambling, gooning, and geeking, I'm in shambles, but I'll shake back. Nigga, it's the first of all, it's the weekend, so I already know motherfuckers out there wilding. Somebody's probably smoking the highest drug, the purest drug from Colombia. You feel me? Somebody's probably getting super high. Motherfuckers probably don't even know who they is right now. It happens, bro. It happens to the best of us, bro. Problem is, it's 2 things that's gonna happen to these motherfuckers who's probably getting high right now. You either gonna shake back and thank God that you will still be in your right mind to bounce back. That's either gonna happen, or yeah, it's just gonna be in that motherfucker. You just gonna be in that motherfucker, dog. Like you got people who you said men who PMO emit repulsive scents and men who don't have a sweet and pleasant scent or whatnot. See the thing about it, bro, like if motherfucker outside right now chilling and y'all wilding, it is what it is, bro. It happens to the best of us, bro. You know what I'm saying? It happens to the best of us. I just pray that a lot of people, you said living low, liberation shit can't last. Um, at the end of the day, you just want to make sure that you have the ability to bounce back and you have the ability to know what the fuck you're doing, bro. Like, know what you're doing at all times. Even if let's put all this spiritual shit to the side. Let's say you want to crash out and have a good time or whatever. Someone said there's an agenda on masculinity. It's been an agenda on masculinity for the longest. Miami Beach done changed up so much. When I was younger, back when I was like 16, 17, 18, going to the beach, it was nothing but bad bitches out there. Now when I go to the beach, it's a lot of different communities that are out there, to say the least. Some of these women ain't women, to say the least. Okay?
it gets scary out there on the beach. But there's an obvious agenda. There's a war on masculinity. They want to turn masculinity into femininity. And the thing about it, if you don't eat right, especially as you get older and age and shit, the male body actually starts to produce more estrogen due to what you're eating. So if you eat like a lot of corn, a lot of sweets, a lot of candy, drink a lot of Coca-Cola and shit like that, that shit gonna fuck with the body, bro. It get to the point where you know how like some of the younger generation, they seem as though like they are growing up faster, or like their bodies are kind of like deformed and shit like that. That's because of the food, the genetically modified food. You got food and drugs and alcohol that's changing males to feminine and feminine to males or masculine. So this is why you got to be very careful of what you eat and what you consume. So I got some more information. Let me see. Caffeine destroys the retention. Every time I think that's why a lot of men have, but we retain our past that radical behavior. See, that's the thing about it, bro. At the end of the day, and this the thing, bro. Like the reason why, like I even speak on this subject is because I want to elevate to a new level. I'm tired of attracting women who tend to play the role, who just try to play the role for like 6 months at a time, and then they drain me of my energy. Like I'm thinking I'm doing something good. You feel me? She riding me. She's doing all the right things, and then all of a sudden, the spiritual baggage, or just you know, just a lot of what she has been through, you start to pay for the other niggas fuck ups. Um, when you retain your energy, you do attract a lot of women. You do attract a lot of women who have been broken and who need to be healed. It's not on you to heal these women. You can help them try to heal themselves, but it's on them for them to heal themselves. But sometimes they don't like to do the work. They just want the guy that has the glitz, the glamour, that has the sexual maturity, has the mental maturity, and she's going half the time. If she's really not about that spiritual walk, she's gonna drain you of your energy. And just like you said, those women are the Jezebels. The Jezebels, you can't even tell the difference between a Jezebel and a regular chick no more, bro. Jezebels be looking quiet and innocent. You can't even tell who's the Jezebel anymore. Someone said tips on how to stay locked in. Uh, a rewire for a better life. Keep it simple. Drink water. Do push-ups. Keep it simple. Learn to build consistent habits throughout the week. Keep it simple. If you drink your water every day and if you do push-ups every day, minimum at least 20 push-ups. Like today, I think I only did like a couple sets of push-ups. Hey bro, you have had prophetic dreams on retention. I had 3 dreams that actually came true. Um, if I don't know if like you've been watching my videos for quite some time, but the video that I dropped today, I was talking about what I was talking about. I was talking about challenging yourself, and then also the dreams, the lucid dreams that you have. And if you're new in the chat, make sure you hit that like button. It costs nothing. It's absolutely free to hit that like button. So if you're new into the chat, please hit the like button. But the lucid dreams are astronomical. The lucid dreams are next level. People who still be having, people who still be having, hold on, let me see. Uh, I want to find a way how to. What are we doing right now? See, that's the thing about it. Like, this is the time where individuals, like, honestly though, I'm not even gonna hold you.
I appreciate the I appreciate the trolls who like tend to they try to like make new. Hold on, let me see. My bad, y'all. We 2 hours into this live, bro. So yeah, to all the motherfuckers that's like on some weird shit. Um, let me see. It's like retention itself and self development easy. When I put the weed down, put the gas. It help me fake heal from trauma. Yeah, bro. Just give yourself a break, bro. Listen, I'm never gonna start having sex with women. That's never gonna stop. Some people are never gonna stop smoking weed. Some people are never gonna stop drinking coffee. Some people are never gonna stop drinking alcohol. I don't give a fuck what you do. I rather you at least take a step back and just allow your body to reset. A lot of people, this is what I'm saying. Retention is so simple. You got some people who are not spiritual at all. They just simply take a break from the fuck shit that they do. That's all you're doing. You just taking a break. Sit back and relax, vibe, let your body recalibrate itself, um, and then go from there. You ask, do I plan on getting married? No. I do not plan on getting married on how y'all think what marriage is. You feel me? Like me, my definition of marriage, it ain't signing papers. Because I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of people who are dealing with divorce, a lot of people who got kids and they still want to get divorced. And unfortunately, marriage wouldn't be in the cards for me. Now, obviously, I would like to have one woman, but how my luck is and just how everything is, I might mess around and get a woman who might choose women for us. Again, it's now if you are into monogamy or polygamy or whatnot, that's a totally different story. You have a lot of guys who are toxic and just want multiple women. You feel me? So again, I'm not telling people how to live y'all life and shit. I just know for me, and here's the thing. Here's the thing that y'all have to keep in mind. When you're on retention, your energy is a lot more intense. So your words hold weight. Your words are gonna sound so unbelievable at times that women will literally question whether or not you actually fuck with them or not, because what you're saying is gonna kind of like exceed their expectation of what they believe love is, and they're gonna start questioning you, and they're gonna probably take a step back, or they probably might leave you alone completely because it's just too much for them to bear. So with that being said, you don't ever take that personal. Don't ever take that personal. Some women are not able to handle, people in general are not able to handle the truth. You feel me? Now, if it's in my cards to find one particular woman who, you know what I'm saying, who want to vibe with me and shit, then that's totally different. We can see what's good. But shit, since I've been on this face of this planet, everything has been conditional. I have never experienced unconditional love unless it was from my parents. Even with that has a certain condition to an extent. Women begin acting very odd around 15 to 30 days and up, and it's like they can feel the power of your gaze simply by looking at them, especially the ones wearing rings. Nah, yeah, that's a fact. I mean, it is what it is, though, bro. Again, I've been at this shit for like 4 or 5 years on and off, so I know what to look for and what not to look for. Um, you said what makes writing things down to manifest have to happen. Are you into journaling? Of course. I got a whole. The thing about my journaling, bro, is that I usually journal at the beginning of the month, and a lot of what I write out usually manifests. Or if it doesn't happen at the end of the month, like the very next month, it'll happen. But I just have to do a better job of reviewing and rereading my journals. But journaling is super powerful, bro. You empty out so much from your mind when you journal because you have a lot of creative energy. And when you start to write while practicing retention, you can write like a whole bunch of books if you want to. Like I actually was in a I actually started writing a book called, it's basically numbers, the numbers and colors code frequency, and I actually had to rewrite it because somebody stole my phone and they also stole my laptop. So granted, the laptop, it wasn't like really in use per se, but it had a lot of information on it. So it is what it is. I got a lot of information stored in my mind. That's another thing too. When you practice retention, you have a better memory. So a female can't get nothing over on you. You'll be surprised when you're having a conversation and you remember a lot of the stuff that she says. That shit gonna do something to a pussy, dog. Trust me. It's crazy as fuck. The simplest shit you can do to touch her and activate her body is very simple. You are more magnetized. We are electromagnetic beings. When people hurt your feelings, they usually try to say something. If a female gonna disrespect a guy, most of the time a female gonna be like, "Oh, you gay," or your dick is small. Those words and those sentences have a an electromagnetism or an electromagnetic charge towards like how they say those words towards you. So when your subconscious mind hear that, it's going to hear that, and then consciously you might react like, oh, okay, she's disrespecting me, she's trying my sexuality, XYZ. But this is when you learn how to become strong minded, because sometimes people will say shit like, motherfuckers was saying dumb shit in the chat, and instead of repeating or rereading what they said, you just block them, just get them the fuck out of here. I see so many angel numbers on retention. It scares me a little bit. Do some push-ups, work out, stop. Don't make the same mistake that I did, which was see so much of the spiritual realm that I lost touch of the third dimension. Anytime you see angel numbers, that's cool, but let that be a reminder that you need to anchor yourself within this third dimension, because you're probably gonna see some more spiritual shit. You're gonna see angel numbers and you're gonna see synchronicities. Be careful of like how you listen to music as well. Be careful like when you're out in public and you're listening to music and people start moving to the beat of the music that you're listening to. They can't hear it, but you see them moving to the beat of what you're listening to. Be careful. Make sure you ground yourself. Something spiritual is happening, but you can't get caught up in that frequency. You said, can we see into past lives on retention? And do you be getting challenged and sized up on retention? I never, the only time I get challenged or sized up is like if a female is trying to shit test me, or if my family tends to go against my ideology, because you know my family is very religious. So anything that I talk about here on this, they don't watch my channel. They don't believe in shit that I say. So I get challenged every day as far as like my ideology is concerned. I have to learn how to stand firm in what I believe in, because everybody's gonna have their own beliefs. But if you constantly keep bending to what everybody else tell you to believe in, then you won't have a sense of your own identity. So make sure you can at least tell the difference between other people's ideologies and their identities, and then what you believe in and your own identity. You can still be open minded to what people talk about, but as far as like, can we see into past lives on retention? I wouldn't say that you can, but if you are talking to a woman and if you, let's say you guys are intimate enough and you look into her eyes, you can actually see a younger version of her. You can see the youthful energy within a female's eyes when you look at them long enough, because they're gonna look at you as if like they are like, this is when they really fuck with you and they like you. They're going to look at you as if like they're looking up to you, and you're gonna see like the inner child. So you can actually see that energy through their eyes. But as far as past lives, I don't know if you can see that unless you do have lucid dreams. That means you have to decode your lucid dreams. People don't get people don't disrespect me at all and seem attention. I get treated like a king from make from males. I believe you want to say males and females. Yeah, when you retain your energy, bro, people don't really try you for real. It's only gonna be the women. The women's gonna challenge you the most. Because when you retain your energy, number one, they want you to bust a nut. So they're gonna do everything in their power, especially if they don't give a fuck about that spiritual shit. They just want you to bust a nut. They want you to fuck. They want you to get all lust. They want you to get drunk and high as fuck. This is for females who live that life and they don't know nothing about spirituality. They just want to live their life and have a good time. Which again, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you get caught up in the lifestyle and you can't recuperate, then that's when it becomes a problem. That's when retention, that's when like the real test happens when you do get some pussy. Well, number one, how long can you last? Are you a minute man? And number two, how you gonna act after? Are you gonna still be thirsty? Are you still gonna want her attention? Are you gonna be blowing her phone up? You see what I'm saying? It's about how you maintain attraction. You maintain attraction by still focusing on yourself. So what? You knock down some of the finest chick in the school or the finest chick at church. So what? Stay focused. Stay focused. That's just a byproduct of what's happening in your life. You have to have discipline. Discipline, dedication, that keeps the attraction going. That keeps your libido high. Tips for a sobriety journey. Um, it depends, bro. Like if you talk about being sober, it's more so about I, shit. I wouldn't even say sober. I'd say like something because there's people who, for example, who smoke cigarettes. For example, cigarettes don't get you high or anything, but it's the nicotine. Some people want to quit smoking cigarettes, and it's hard. So whether it's you want to be sober from weed or alcohol, or you want to quit smoking cigarettes or whatnot, number one, it's going to be very uncomfortable. It's going to be very uncomfortable. Your body's going to go through. And if you're new in the chat, make sure you hit the like button. I appreciate everything. It costs nothing to hit the like button. It helps out with the algorithm, so I really appreciate it. I want to get to at least 25 likes. We're almost at 20, so I appreciate y'all so much. Um, but yeah, I'd say take it one day at a time. Make sure you have your water. Make sure you're drinking your water. And make sure you have, I would say, because if you try to go cold turkey, you're gonna like feel all of your negative emotions all at once. Now, if you can handle that, then that's okay. But you're gonna be irritable. You're not gonna feel like yourself. You're gonna wonder like, damn, nigga, this is the first time I've been sober for 2 3 days straight. Like I'm remembering my dreams. I'm more talkative with women. You're gonna notice that you're gonna actually want to talk to more women when you're sober, believe it or not. But you gotta understand the first 3 to 4 or 5 days, you're gonna be feel so uncomfortable. You may not even get that much rest. But even if you can't get rest, like learn how to, even if you're laying in the bed, I'd say like play different like sound frequencies, healing frequencies. You can look that up online, or learn how to sit in complete silence. Like give yourself like at least 30 minutes to an hour just laying down, close your eyes, staying still. That's like the beginning of meditating. Breath work and stillness. So that's what's gonna get you through the headaches. That's what's gonna get you through feeling irritated as fuck. Now, when you're in traffic, I don't want you waving the middle finger or acting like you about to crash out. Because I had a time where I quit weed and I was living in Atlanta, and some shit happened where I drove very aggressive in traffic and somebody didn't like that, and they followed me all the way until I got off the exit. Mind you, I'm at work. I'm in a work truck. This person followed me, and if you guys know, y'all remember this story. That it was two dyke chicks. Sorry, excuse my language, but it was two lesbian chicks, and one of them was yelling out. They threw Kool-Aid at the truck, missed me, and then one of them pulled out a gun, saying like, "Oh, I'm a." They actually waved it at me, saying, and in my mind, I'm like, "Nigga, if you finna show it, you better use that motherfucker." And that was like what day two of me being sober, and that's all because I was driving extra aggressive. So I'm not gonna say that her waving a gun at me was warranted, but had I learned to be a lot more calm and just be patient in traffic, none of that shit would have happened. So even though she was out of line, I still could have. You feel me? Oh no, best believe. And I can't really read out loud what you just said, Mr. Loops. Well, I seen what you said, but basically with that, bruh, that's just an example of like displaced energy. When you have a female that tries to act more like a male, that's just energy gone backwards all the way. That's a hate for men. That's a hate for herself. She hate, you feel me? And she just needs to heal. And I wouldn't even say there's nothing wrong with her liking other women, but like usually when you have butch type of women who want to be a man so much, who want to grow a beard and want to tote a gun and shit like that, like they be the more aggressive ones. They be the ones that really be trying to try you. But the whole time she wasn't really gonna do shit. Cause after she showed the strap or whatnot, they hit a U-turn. But yeah, regardless of the fact you said does weed weaken our protective field? Um, to an extent, it does because it makes you more chill and relaxed. So if a motherfucker cuss you out, like again, if you smoke and then you drive, let's say it's not even a highway, but like after you smoke, you say, okay, I'm gonna drive down to some city where my friends stay at. You gonna be driving like 20 miles per hour, nigga. Like you're not gonna care about who's cutting you off in traffic. You're not gonna give a fuck about none of that shit because that shit don't mean shit to you. Yeah, you feel me? You're not letting nothing bother you. So in a sense, it do kind of calm you down. Um, but as far as like you said, does weed weaken our protective field? If you're talking about the electromagnetic field, um, I wouldn't say it weakens it, but you're kind of at a disadvantage when somebody try you. Like more than likely, you just gonna let some shit slide because you high. You don't give a fuck. But if you sober, you ain't letting shit slide. But see, there should be a balance because even when you're sober, you still have to learn how to let stuff go. When you're talking to a woman and she's cooking, let her cook. She could be wrong as hell. Just shut the fuck up. Let her talk. Nothing. You feel me? You'll learn when to say and when to speak. You feel me? There's gonna be times when you understand the timing of like how to speak, then you'll understand how to really understand a female's mind somewhat. Someone said, "What's your diet like, bro? Do you eat added sugars?" Um, my diet, low key, is kind of sporadic right now, but I just do a lot of intermittent fasting. So at times, I literally would eat maybe like 10 hours between meals, like legitimately. I don't even count how much sugars I eat or anything like that because how I want to eat, like I don't really. I live with my family where like there's a lot of Jamaican food. There's a lot of like food just in general. But I don't count like my sugars or anything like that, which I should because any type of sugar spike that's kind of like a urge that sometimes happens. Like if I eat candy or something like that later on that night, my sugar is going to spike, and that's when I usually have unwanted urges, and that could cause for like a relapse eventually. So definitely be aware of like the sugar intake, but this is why I like to drink a lot of water. I'm drinking water throughout the day. Coconut water is a lot more healthy. Coconut water is actually H3O. Or sometimes what I do, like for example, I have a meal where maybe I have like some soup or I have some pasta, and then the nature of my drinks be shit like this, for example. Ginger and turmeric, the Alive brand. I don't know like what part of the country you stay in, but the southern eastern part of the United States, they have this place called Publix, and they sell this at Publix. They also sell this at Walmart as well. But I like to buy these type of drinks, and I also like to get like little ginger shots and shit like that, cayenne shots. I like to sometimes make my own smoothies. He says, so how many hours you fast? 14 hours a day. If I only right now I only have 2 meals a day, two big meals a day. the past 3 days, I've just been having two big meals a day. I don't eat until after. I say I don't eat until after 11 o'clock, and then my last meal for the day usually be like around 6. I try not to eat past 6 o'clock. Yeah, I was thinking the same. It seems to make us to chill, to care, or overly paranoid. Uh, yeah, bro. The thing about it, bro, that is a good question about the marijuana. That's what I'm saying. You have to know how to selectively use these things. Even if you're doing shrooms, it's the same thing with mushrooms, psychedelics. Like I tried that for the first time last year. It wasn't that bad, but I was using it at wrong times. Like I was ODing. I was microdosing and chilling throughout the day using that shit. Not a good idea. It wasn't. I didn't have a bad experience, but my energy was definitely kind of compromised. I was seeing more of the spiritual realm. So whether it's marijuana or whether it's like mushrooms and shit like that, you want to make sure that you pick the perfect time where you're gonna have time to yourself to meditate, get high, and come back, and still have time to recover before you go back into before you go back into population, gen population. But yeah, bro, psychedelics, it's a huge part of the spiritual journey. I know a lot of people want to try different psychedelics one day and shit like that, but the marijuana is the most asked question. Like every time when somebody is asking me about retention journey, well, can you retain your energy while smoking weed? You can, but it's not going to be as clean as if you don't smoke. If you literally chill, like I said, the weed ain't going nowhere. Shit, they're making more and more dispensaries now. Whether or not you want to trust the dispensaries, that's up to you. But I'm just saying, do your own personal research. You feel me? If you got your own personal doctor, your own holistic doctor, I would say try to find a holistic doctor. Because if you go to any one of these commercial doctors, they gonna put you on some type of medication. I keep dreaming about the same people. Does that mean they're thinking about me? Um, it depends. It depends. Sometimes when you dream about the same people, that might be like a past life situation that you probably have to like kind of learn about, or if it's because I ain't gonna hold you. Two things: it's either a past life thing, or if it's somebody that you know in your personal life now and you keep dreaming about them, then that means subconsciously you won't let them go. Sorry, that's my dryer going off. But yeah, that means subconsciously you won't let them go. Or they possibly are thinking about you as well. But I know for me, when I was dreaming about the same individuals and the same girl and shit like that, it's because I low key wanted to fuck the shit out of her. I'm gonna keep it a bean. But I had to let that shit go. Hey, y'all give me 1 second, bro. I'll be right back. All right, y'all, my bad. I ain't gonna hold you. I'll run and take a piss real quick. Nigga been talking for about 2 hours straight, bro. But yeah, back to the dreaming question you asked. 9 times out of 10, you just gotta learn how to let them go, bro.
Because I know when I was dreaming about the same people, it was the same situation that I didn't want to let go. And apparently, once I realized that, when I constantly realized that, that's when I stopped dreaming about those people. So it's kind of up to you to consciously let them go. It's something, again, sometimes people be like, they wonder what if, or maybe if a situation was better, if the money was up, you know what I'm saying? Something could possibly happen, but let that shit go, bro. You are, you are not allowing your blessing to forward into your life if you are constantly worrying about the past or worrying about a female that you possibly could have hit, or a female who was playing with your energy and do like you, but she can't handle your energy. There's a difference. A bitch will tell you all day long, "Oh yeah, you can text me as much as you want. You can don't worry. It's you don't have to worry about overdoing it." And the very second she reaches her limit and she don't want to talk to you no more, that's it, nigga. Don't force it. And what I ended up doing, and the thing about it, bro, the messed up part about it was I wasn't even trying to deal with this female. I was trying to cut her off the whole time. She wanted to keep me close so she can get information on my homeboy because she used to date my homeboy. And as soon as she got pregnant with another nigga and she got into another toxic situation, I was being faithful, still being her friend and shit. But guess what? She wasn't trying to hear nothing that I had to say. And for months, she would still show up in my realm of reality by watching my story, still trying to keep dibs on the nigga and shit. You feel me? Until one day, the resentment in my heart kind of like came out, and consciously I wasn't even aware of what I did. I actually, if she ever sees my videos and shit like that, like I have nothing against her, but I do resent like all of them motherfuckers. Anybody who ever tried me, bro, I low key do want revenge. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like, when you're on retention, like shit, you just start to realize shit. Like, damn, motherfucker did try to like use me and shit. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta let that shit go. If you want to have a new blessing, I got new opportunities already. I got very attractive women, um, potentially that I can get. I'm not trying to look for no woman or anything like that, but I'm just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? You just let the past go. It's gonna open up a future for you sooner than you think. Someone said, "Do you notice people who prey on the weak? What are your thoughts, experiences?" Um, People who prey on the weak, I don't pay attention to them. I don't really pay attention to unless I know somebody and like they're telling me about a situation and I try to like give them the best advice and stuff, but I don't really pay attention to people who try to take advantage of people because why am I paying attention to that? Am I trying to learn how to do the same thing? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really pay attention to it. Got an increase of funds because of increased energy on SR. Keep spending the money on fast food, put on weight, making money, but can't hit the gym or eat clean. How do you stay motivated? Remember, health is wealth. Literally, what Homeboy just said to Tyson: health is wealth. Um, and it don't make sense you having all this money. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know how Big X the plug. I don't know how Young Thug. Cause if y'all look at Young Thug, you see, while the nigga was locked up, he ain't do not one push up, not one crunch, not one nothing. When he looks terrible when he has his shirt off and he's trying to like perform nowadays. Nigga, health is wealth. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. You can have all the YSL belts and all that shit, but if you don't invest in yourself, that's a problem. That's a problem. First of all, it's not a good look, and secondly, you're just not gonna be healthy. You won't even have the right type of breath work to perform as a rapper or a singer. Use the money to invest in yourself. Smartest thing you can do. And when you do invest in yourself, because like I said, some of y'all gonna come across $20,000, $25,000 at a time once you learn about grants and stuff. Like the thing about grants,
This is to anybody that don't know nothing about business grants and shit like that. You got to put in, you got to apply to like 20 to 30 different grants just to get one. And that's like a 20 to 30% chance of you actually getting a successful one. This means you're applying for grants without like a marketing team behind your back. You said, what's your strategies to sleeping good? Usually, I work throughout the day. If you don't have like a typical 9 to 5, you find a way to like stay busy throughout the day, and then at nighttime you do a workout that's gonna tire you out. Because uh, when it's late night, the best thing you can do is do push-ups and crunches. You're gonna get tired. It's really simple. Do as much. Try to do like 100 push-ups if you can. Do like 20 at a time or something like that, and lay down and learn how to meditate. Like if you have a tough time going to sleep, you could drink chamomile tea. Lotus flower tea is pretty good. But let's say if you don't have none of those, make sure you have some water and do some push-ups and crunches. Like I said, when I was in the mental home and I didn't have a cell phone, I didn't have no magic remedy. You know what I had? Myself and my life force energy. Doing push-ups, crunches, um, exercise on my mind until I was able to go to sleep. When I was in that mental home, I didn't have no healing sounds to help me go to sleep. You said, do I believe in trading stocks? I need to learn more about trading stocks. I fuck with stocks, but I gotta fuck with a person who really be doing that shit. Like who really, whether it's I wanna become like a day trader, but like once I have more equity, I'm definitely gonna look more back into stocks. Uh, Someone said after work I'd be so tired, don't even want to smoke. That's good. Take a shower and take your ass to sleep, nigga. Shit, that's you can say that weed for like later on in the week. Banana tea for sleep. Boil bananas until water goes purple. I never knew that. I never knew about the banana tea for sleep. You asked, should I get a mentor? Absolutely, 100%. And the reason why I say you get a mentor because I have my own self-appointed mentor. Um, your mentor should be somebody who's been there, done that. Like somebody that I talk to right now, he kind of like an older brother to me. I think he's about like maybe 3 years older than me, but I think he got 5 kids, 4 different baby mothers, and he was supposed to have one kid, but like that kid passed away. Now a lot of people will try to judge and be like, "Damn, bro, you got 5 kids with 4 different baby mamas." Da da da. This nigga is very intelligent. He's about his issue. All his kids are straight A students. Okay, so he's been through the crazy baby mama eras and the decent baby mamas, the ones that you feel me. So he has more than enough knowledge. His dad was an OG. His dad used to be in the streets. You feel me? So the reason why I even know about like a lot of hood stories or anything like that is because of him. So I would suggest everybody get a mentor. It's always cool. Like even if you want to book like a one-on-one session with me, just having conversations. I do consultations. You know what I'm saying? You can definitely hit up Moody Star 2022 at gmail.com. Just send me an email. Again, it's MOODYSTARR 2022. So 2022 at gmail.com. If you want to have your own personal consultation with me. You just got to send me the deposit or whatnot. Just tell me what you want to talk about, and then I'll request the deposit. And you send that, and then we can chop it up for the week or for the month. Someone said, "Yeah, Jesus Christ has been my mentor, so I know He gonna make a way." Yeah, no, for sure. I'm not gonna hold you. What I'm about to say may sound very philosophical, and it may go over some people's heads and shit. So I'm not trying to like take away any credit from any religion or anything like that. But think about this: if Jesus is within all of us, or God is within all of us, you can actually talk. You probably spoke to Jesus and didn't even know it, because Jesus can actually use humans to get a message across. Like a lot of people would be like, "Damn, bro, why don't you believe in Jesus, or why don't you praise Jesus?" I'm like, bro, me personally, I praise Jesus because I know Jesus is within me. I have self love. But then again, some people be like, "Oh no, no, you have to praise the Father and the Son and shit." I can't tell a Christian how to be a Christian, and you can't tell me how to live my spiritual life. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You're saying, bro, that's not. Oh, you said, bro, that's so true. And that's the thing about it. Like when you read the Bible, they say God is within all of us. So when I say, well, shit, you have the power to heal yourself. That's because you have the power to talk to God that is within you. But I'm just saying, like, faith is important, but shit, just hearing from another brother who's kind of walked in a similar footsteps, you feel me? Just getting some feedback sometimes is very important. It can do a lot for you from somebody who's been there, done that, who's made the mistakes. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like me, for example, I'm in my mid 30s. So somebody that's in their 20s and shit, they want to ask me about female attraction or retaining their energy. Go ahead and ask. Go ahead and talk to me. Or book a consultation. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of the fact, we all need to have like a safe space. Because I'm gonna let you know right now, you can't go to females with all of your problems. You cannot go to your females with all you don't. The last thing that you want to do is show a female that you are struggling, you're going through some type of mental, whatever the case may be. You never want to tell, like, that's too much. Number one, a woman don't want to raise no kid, especially if she's a single mom and shit. She already got enough on her plate. She ain't trying to raise a grown man. So if you got problems, don't bring it to a woman. You better holler at your homeboys. You better holler at if your daddy's still alive. You better holler at like some other male figure when it comes to your problems. Now, unless you dealing with a psychiatrist or a therapist who's licensed in that, then you can talk to them. But regardless of the fact, even that, you feel me? You want to talk to somebody who who knows the struggle, for example, of being a black man in America. You could talk to a white man all day. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong to do with race, but I'm telling you, ain't nobody gonna understand you like your own kind. So if you happen to be white watching me speaking shit and you need advice from someone, you feel me, you feel that understands your life more than I do, then by all means do that. But shit, sometimes I get my advice from a white man, from a black man, and some occasionally I get my advice from women. Put it like this: you gonna have your women that you can like pick their brains and stuff like that. You can be friends with a woman. I know sometimes guys say, "Oh, it's impossible to be friends with a woman," but actually, it is possible if you have enough sexual discipline and you know she knows a lot and she probably knows people in higher places. You better take advantage of that shit. You better turn that shit into an asset. What are the top three benefits of intermittent fasting? Number one, um, I would say you're gonna feel healthy overall. Um, Number two, it promotes self healing. And number three, it's less stress on your digestive system. Way less stress. Niggas are eating way too much of what we're supposed to be eating. Somebody said, I don't know anyone in a day to life on SR and have no one willing to listen or talk to about it. They either don't believe me or think I'm crazy. So I've learned to cope with the solo journey. Sometimes you got to make your own recordings, bro. Make your own voice notes. This shit ain't gonna make sense until you actually write it out. If you're gonna journal, definitely journal. Or if you're gonna say it, and let that shit go. It's just as simple as that. If you have nobody to talk to, again, This streaming shit and like going on YouTube and stuff, half the time it's like nigga, you borderline have to be crazy to be talking to a phone or an iPad when there's nobody physically talking about. Of course, we got the chat, so I appreciate the chat. Y'all make this a lot more lively than what it can be because you ask a lot of questions and stuff. But at the same time, even if you don't have nobody, you have to learn how to clear your mind. Journal or make a recording, listen to it, or if you got to revisit to see, like, damn, bro, that was a mistake that I never want to do again. Like, record it. Sometimes we forget our biggest mistake. Sometimes we go back to the same female, make the same mistake, and be like, damn, bro, I thought I learned my lesson. So the more you record, the more you like make personal videos for yourself, or the more you write, is the better for you. What I learned was have fun in your own world on SR, and everyone else will follow the lead. That's kind of like creating your own gravity. Once you create your own gravity, you have the ability to create your own world. People are going to come to you. Opportunities are going to come to you. Money is going to come to you. Women are going to come to you. Your family's going to want you back in their life. A lot is going to happen, for sure. Bro, I was going to ask you about digestion. How much did yours improve on fasting, or did it stay the same? My digestive system always improves every time I fast. Usually, once your body hits a state of autophagy, that's literally after 12 hours of intermittent fasting or just fasting, it goes into autophagy, and I think after like 16 hours, it goes into a state of ketosis, if I'm not mistaken. So, like when your body gets into a state of ketosis, that means your cells rapidly start to heal yourself from within. So that means when you're eating the right foods, you digest the food in a timely manner. And when you take a shit, it's not like you're gonna be like shitting out demons and shit. Cause sometimes that shit get like crazy. If you be eating all type of like pizzas and cheese and all type of stuff, your stomach's gonna run and it's gonna smell terrible. Technically, your doodle not supposed to even stink like that, bro. TMI. I know some of y'all probably eating and shit, so I don't want to get too vulgar with this shit. But if you eat clean, you ain't supposed to smell nothing, bro. If you drinking water and you drinking like H3O and all that, you barely supposed to have a body odor. The only reason why people have body odor is because they eat too much meat, too much dairy, too much sugar, and before you know it, bro, like I said, that shit stacks up in your body. Now it's taking a longer time to empty your body. This is why when the carcass comes out, this shit smell crazy. So I say, yo, peace and blessings, brother. Peace to Chef Beast, bro. Shout out to you, bro. Bro, you helped me through so much on SR, long time supporter. I also miss orange juice. Nah, for sure, man. I miss orange juice too, but I do not miss Atlanta. They keep that bullshit. But I always come across a lot of spiritual animals, bro. Like before I even had a YouTube, bro. I'm a cat person. Cats always gravitate to me, no matter where I go, no matter what state. I could be in Jamaica, cats always gravitate towards me. But I've recently started getting cool with dogs and shit, like Rottweilers and pit bulls and shit. Like I used to be afraid of them motherfuckers. But then when I understood how dogs, you know, how you move with dogs and shit, like some dogs still will fuck you up if you don't approach them the right approach them the right way. But you know, for the most part, most animals are kind of the same, and they can feel your energy. My dog said, "Yeah, I learned to follow Dr. Sebi. Facts, same. Love cats. Yeah, when I eat sugar, my armpits stink so bad, and people don't understand that, bro. That's the thing I'm saying. Like, people do not understand that, bro. Like, it's not natural to take showers every day, believe it or not. Like, our body was made to clean itself out, but we keep putting garbage within our bodies. So when we sweat, we start to perspirate and shit like that, it gonna smell crazy because we're putting our natural stuff within our body. What's with the A? I need to. What's with the A? I need to move. Um, I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot of demonic shit going on in Atlanta, bro. Let's just say that. There's a lot. It's a lot of normalized demonic shit. Like motherfuckers is just like, and then I mean, you could say the same thing for Miami, but for me, it's just not enough sun. Like throughout the year, bro, I love the sun. I love to sun gaze. I like to sunbathe. I like to sit in the sun. That's like my natural sauna. So if I'm at a place like right now, it's probably cold in like the northeastern part of the world, or the northern part of the United States and shit, or even in the UK. I don't know if somebody's tuning in from the UK. I know it's cold. The sun barely be showing up. But see, if I'm in the Caribbean or the tropical areas, the sun damn near 20, well, not 24 hours, but 365 days. Out of 365 days, you probably gonna get maybe 340 days of sun. So I'd rather live near the equator, live near places that resemble shit like Africa or Jamaica, because that charges up my melanin. If you notice, a lot of spiritual people, they live in places that are warm and tropical. Places like Arizona, Florida. Shit, I think Brazil low key is kind of like that as well. Animals and kids love you so much on SR because of the good energy. My niece and nephew be staring at me. They be like, "Why are you so tall?" Because I be so quiet. I just don't be saying that. They be like, they just be looking at me like they look at everything I do. That's one thing about kids too, bro. You plan on having your own kids, they gonna watch your every move. Every move. They're gonna watch your every move. Is it just me, or does there seem to be more homeless people nowadays? Absolutely, bro. Like the system is crashing. The system is crashing. So of course you got a lot of more homeless people and shit that definitely do exist. There's a lot. There's a lot of people who look just like you and me, bro. They live outside their car and shit, or they live in their car, or they live in a hotel or something like that. But you never could tell because they're always going to work, or always looking fresh and always looking clean. Nigga, there's a lot of people that I know. Shit, I was one of them. I damn near at one point in time, I definitely was sleeping in my car at one point in time. This was a while back, but like anybody, you got YouTubers who are saying like, "Hey, donate to the cause." I'm a YouTuber that lives outside my van. Motherfuckers got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Niggas ain't trying to pay. The cost of living is insane right now. Niggas ain't trying to pay $4,000-5,000 just to struggle to live in a one bedroom apartment. Someone said, "I think I'm gonna settle down with a Latina woman, bro." That's that's your type, fam, for sure. I already know Latina. Listen, bro, the Latin women is where it's at. The Dominican women, I thought that's where it's at, but the one that I was dating, again, bro, I hope you guys don't run into these type of women, but unfortunately, you're gonna run into women where like they're very fine and y'all can have the greatest amount of sex, but you know in your heart that y'all not gonna work out. Once you tell a woman that, like, yo, I can see us like kind of getting together, but as a relationship, we're not gonna work out. They're going to fight against you. They're gonna play around and be like, "Oh no, we can work out. Oh no, no." Like literally, they will literally try to prove you wrong, bro. Those are the type of women, don't fold, because the very second that somehow she finesse you into a relationship, it's gonna be a waste of 6 months to a year. She's gonna try to mold you and change you. And when she sees that like you're really serious about your journey and stuff, that's when she's gonna get pissed. That's when she's gonna gaslight you. That's when she may even try to emasculate you. That's exactly what she tried to do with me. When you argue with a female and then you let them cook, you let them talk for about like 10, 15, 20 minutes at a time. because sometimes they feel like they don't feel heard and shit. Just be quiet and let them talk for about 20 minutes. I guarantee you, the second that you're ready to talk, that's when she's gonna interrupt you, try to like correct you on your own ideology. But yes, I would say um my top three is Latina, Haitian, and Jamaican. I love me a Jamaican woman, but I haven't been to Jamaica in a long time. And they don't like that's weird too, bro. Like my peoples are from Jamaica, but I was born in America. But Americans don't consider me to be American because my parents are not from America. But then when I go to Jamaica, they be like, well, I'm not Jamaican because I'm from America. So Americans don't claim me, Jamaicans don't claim me, nobody claims me. I don't give a fuck. I'm not even from this planet, no way. It is what it is. I don't care who claim me or who don't. I don't even claim to be an African American. I may sound like some of y'all, but a lot of y'all don't even accept me to be fully blooded African American. That's okay. As a man, though, this energy we can't let them take our power back. We really them ones for sure. But the thing about it, bro, some guys that are new to retention, they gonna have to go through the growing pains. You gonna have to go through the time where like you know, you're on top of the world. You meet a female and you think she's sweet, and then you see her. She's either gonna show you her real colors, or you might get head over heels. Because again, this could go two ways. She could either start tripping, or you could start tripping because you have so much life force energy that you don't know how to control this intensity. So now the intensity turns into obsession, and then obsession turns into narcissism. So now you're trying to like track her every move. Oh, you can't go here. Oh, you can't wear this. You can't do this. You can't do that. When she become like very demonstrative in how you talk to a woman, and now it seems like you're talking down to a woman like she's a dumb little motherfucker, that's when shit goes left. So even if have to sometimes it's not even the female's fault why sometimes a relationship won't work. Sometimes it's the guy's fault. Trust and believe. I've lost control before too. So this can happen to anybody. This is why we work on having a level of discernment so that way, our energy, we don't waste our energy in like arguing or going tit for tat. You see what I'm saying? And that's okay. You say you did that before, and it happens, bro. It's gonna happen to the best of us, bro. But like, listen, women are powerful, bro, and sometimes, bro, even the ones that you consider to be slow or whatnot, they still know what it is. Women be at listen. They started at a young age. Grown men put in 15 years at a time. Save your energy and your money. They want you to waste it. That's the fact. That's a fact. Half the time, the women who want who just want to have a good time, bro, like that's exactly what it is. They just want to have a good time. They don't really care about they not gonna show you no unconditional love. Unconditional love don't exist for a man at least. You got some people who can show unconditional love to women. Of course, you can show unconditional love to children. Children can show unconditional love to their parents, depending on how the parents raised them or the mom. But us men, we don't ever really experience unconditional love. So we have to love ourselves unconditionally. Like for real. Whether we fucked up or not, we gotta pick ourselves up. Yeah, they they to drain our they yeah, they try to drain our energy and our pockets. Bro, do you think pimps are on zero intention? Is that why they say the game is to be told, not sold? Some pimps, see, that's the thing about it, bro. Some pimps actually do practice retaining their energy, believe it or not. Because why would they want to mix business with pleasure? You feel me? A pimp gonna make their money and do what they gotta do, and they're gonna have like a female that they actually date versus a female that is like, why would you want to mix pleasure with business? Now, I don't know too much about pimping, but I know it's pretty simple. Okay, once a guy can provide like a place for a woman to hustle,
She's gonna hustle, get the money up or whatnot, and you said they got to be. Nah, they gotta be for real. If you think about it, you can't mix business with pleasure. You rarely see a pimp actually fuck one of their hoes like that. They just be about the money. But I wouldn't try to pimp nobody and shit. Like it's easy. I don't have me a female say what's good. Let's go into business. It's real easy. You invest some money, but then that's very illegal. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even want to speak on that. SR, you just got that charisma. Uh, think about it, bro. When you think about Cat Williams, you know how Cat Williams is such a spiritual person. The nigga has so many women, bro, because he read so many books. He knew about semen retention. Cat Williams was really a pimp. Y'all niggas remember a pimp named Slipback? Okay, and you remember when he was on Friday and shit like that? He was literally a pimp. But see, pimps really be about their business and they don't really be about feelings or nothing like that. But Cat Williams, even though he was a he's a comedian and of course like he be saying like, oh bitch, I'ma slap you and da da da. Like put all the put all the like physical abuse to the side, like nigga, you gotta carry yourself a certain way. You can't cry about a chick. What did Gucci Man say? Girls are like buses. Miss one, next 15 one coming. Until you find the right one, you gotta keep shit player kinda. Cause women gonna definitely keep it player with you. They definitely will. Because they probably met somebody who probably played with their energy, played with their feelings, and they had to learn the hard way. Women will expose our attachment syndrome until we learn true self love. And the example of true self love is being able to walk away from any situation, especially if you know it's toxic, you know it's not good for you. You got to have the power to walk away. You say, LOL, it be truth in the jokes. It's true. It's true. It be truth in the jokes. Cat Williams, all these niggas, bro. All these celebrities, bro. When you look at Cardi B and shit like that, and she talks about wet ass pussy, this, and then in the same breath, she talks about being a mom and making sure culture don't like listen to her music and shit. Like, come on, bro, these celebrities ain't stupid. Y'all gotta understand, like all this music and all that shit, bro. Like, yes, for grown people and stuff, but this music is not to raise the consciousness of the population. No, this music is to keep people sedated, keep people in a state of wanting to spend and live their best life every weekend, literally, or try to turn up whenever they get a chance. You got to fast from listening to music. That's absolutely true. Fast from everything, nigga. Fast from everything. Ain't nothing wrong. Listen, you reset your ears, you reset your brain, bro, and you good, bro. I gotta fast from the social media sometimes, or I gotta fast from talking to females, bro. I gotta fast from being on my phone, just talking to anybody. Period. Literally, just like Soul Illuminati, aka Spiritual Soul. We in the Matrix, nigga. We in the Matrix, and it may trick you if you stay long enough, and if you believe everything that you see in the Matrix, and not give yourself time to reset. That's all retaining your energy is. That's all it is, bro. Retaining your energy is giving yourself time to reset. So the next time you get into some shit and you with a female, you gonna get inside of it. You gonna last longer. She's gonna be happy. You gonna be happy. You gonna have a level of discernment, and everybody gonna feel good. Everybody gonna win. She's gonna have an orgasm for the first time in 5 years. You know, most women don't even be orgasming like that because niggas don't know, don't spend time to really learn the female body. Mental stimulation before penetration. Mental stimulation before penetration. Gotta remember that.
See, most of my messages is for people who are single, but even if you happen to be in a relationship or even if you do find a woman that is for you, because again, sometimes like with me here on this platform, I gotta speak for everybody. So I gotta speak for single motherfuckers, I gotta speak for the pimps, I gotta speak for the people who don't practice retention but still want to know about it. I gotta speak for the married folk, I gotta speak for everybody, right? So just in case my girl from the future happens to see this, number one, I'm not using you as a guinea pig, okay? And that's another thing too, fellas. You're not using these women as guinea pigs. You feel me? You're simply focusing on yourself and understanding what it means to maintain attraction when you are dealing with a woman, but even when you're by yourself, especially when you're by yourself, you have to learn discernment. You have to learn how to govern yourself the right way, maximize this creative energy, start to make money outside of 9 to 5, like create different ways, whether it's like, working on your speech, working on your reading, researching more. You feel me? Times when you have idle time to yourself, this is where you could be researching and studying more. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, to the girl that I'm probably dating in the future and shit, don't take this shit personal, okay? Because you know damn well when me and you was alone, shit finna go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And usually, like I said, when you argue with your chick and shit like that, don't ever like it's not masculine to argue. You can stand up for yourself, but not every answer, not every time you conversate with somebody, you have to like have a response. You see what I'm saying? Shit, if anything, you could respond like a week later, and she be like, "Damn, how you remember that?" Well, it's like, bitch, I ain't want to say nothing then because I knew you weren't gonna listen. That's if you could tell the pattern and cycle based off of like, how you guys interact. But yeah, bro, it's getting late. I've been live for about almost 3 hours now, but it didn't even feel like it. I appreciate you guys joining the chat. MGT with a douche, your boy Moody starting back again with another live. If you're new, you already know what to do, man. Become a subscriber, like the video, and join MGT. This is a channel where I like to highlight current events and talk about my spiritual walk in. It's beautiful, fucked up, sideways ass matrix. Now, first of all, I got to say a special shout out to anybody that's holding on to energy going within and being high vibrational. Here at MGT, this is what we do. We work on ourselves every single day. Intro for the outro. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button if you're watching this as a replay or if you're watching this as right now. Make sure you hit the like button. It costs nothing for you to do it. I appreciate y'all. It helps out with the algorithm. If you enjoyed this live, hit the PayPal at Moody Star, or you can hit the Cash App Moody Star 8, MOODYSTARR, and the number 8. Drop a bag on the Cash App or the PayPal. I appreciate y'all. I'm definitely see you guys on the next live. Peace.